Okay. Double G. Okay. Let me just call once in and then we can get started. Okay. So give me on the way. So, Chavanji, first thing is, we can discuss about whether we have the production readiness. And then we can get into Rajuji's design discussion.
Okay. So production is just set up, but Kani, on this production, we have all the MS, UI, and database are up. And sheet work is the patient post.
That's most problem.
और उसका
No, that is the dev setup.
Dev set.
Okay. I'm asking about, we wanted to go live with that hierarchy change, no?
we have not, because we could not go right now. Right now, this thing is still working from our old demo.
Yeah.
And today we will push this into the prod, because
Yeah.
yesterday night only it was up. And then it will be used in this. So I have, what I wanted to discuss is, we'll follow, I have seen what should do, and I will follow simple Git tags for version numbers. And the PR process will be same as what we were doing on the lower one. We'll still follow the two PR process. I have to set up the PR process, the PR, that one for both prod and dev. So that's still to be done. And then we'll have a Git and a repo, manifest repo. Right now, we'll only do the labeling and release tracking. The other factors, tracking the environment and all that, I have seen there are some tools. We have to, I have not studied fully the release please of GitHub, but that can be used for the time being. So these are all GitHub related tools only right now we use. But we need to study and little bit understand whether we should go Argo or some such tool for the overall release. But that will be coming in. What I heard is, if it's less than 10 sites, we don't need that. We will do the manual thing up to 10 sites, understand these things, set up the basic process first, and then when we have understood, then we'll bring in an actual tool to do the release. Right now, there'll be release numbering will be manual. The component release labels will be manual. Release numbering and release thing will be repo, which is only for that purpose. And we'll also use release plus for basic documentation of release.
No. I'm using
It is this mic.
Lenovo Audio. Hariom Pratibhaji, are you able to hear the Chavanji?
Yes, sir, I heard.
Oh, yeah, so she's able to hear. Okay.
Okay, you're able to hear. So this is the basic thing we want to look at. The only thing with Pratibhaji wanted to see is if flyway integration, just as this reports. That also there is some small procedure by which this flyway is also integrated into this process, GitHub process. So once she reads, then we'll make a proper document and circulate on what to do on that. Right now, the
That is
only
as far as the release and the PR process.
peer.
So we can probably deep dive a little more. Like you rightly said, we don't necessarily need to use any third party tool. What we can do is, see, production pipeline should not automatically deploy. That's the first change that we need to do. So
Correct.
that even if somebody pushes the change into production branch, it should not be pushing to actual deployment.
Correct.
But what we can do is, it can be manually do.
Yes.
During the build process for the production release, we can use the concept of a major minor version number
Correct.
read from the
Major,
GitHub.
minor, and patch the version.
Yeah, if need be, we can use the third variable or only two. That is up to us.
Yeah.
You can decide. It can be read from the GitHub secrets.
Correct.
So as an example, in the UI, it would always read the current version number and the last release date from some environment file.
Correct.
And how that version number will come into the environment file is during the build, it will be added by the GitHub flow.
Correct.
And how we will generate that number is usually the major numbers we keep as a manual update.
Correct.
Okay, so only when we decide, okay, now we're going to be talking about the second version. Till then, the major version number in the GitHub secret will be 1. The minor release
Can be automatically incremented.
every time that script runs, it will read the current number, increment by 1, and add that number into the GitHub secrets, and also push that information into the file. So that way, when in the file, when they read, one UI change will be somewhere there. We need to show maybe the help or somewhere what the current version number and the release date. Similarly, in the health of our APIs, in addition to the current health, it can also show version number and the release date. So this will make sure that we have a good tracking.
Yes.
Okay, which version of the API is running? 1.1. Okay, we can go to the GitHub. It will anyway be tagged as 1.1. All that automatically we can do during the build process. So we know what code is running.
Correct.
Yeah. So that is as far as the release process.
Correct.
So you can put into a simple diagram,
Yeah.
and we can review once finally, and you can start working along this direction.
Yes.
Yeah. But the other question that I had, G, is we wanted to go live with that hierarchy, the 4-level hierarchy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are we with respect to that?
So that is the student mate is tested by Dhavalji
Yeah,
and seems to be fine.
yeah,
The teach mate part,
yeah.
UI has he tested with the UI? No. So both the MS are ready for this,
Yeah,
but the teachmate UI has to be ready for that
yeah.
to be tested. Now, once it must be, he said it must be, he is already ready. He wants.
Dhavalji, are you here?
Dhavalji,
Okay. So,
and meanwhile, yesterday night I saw a
We
message.
thought teachmate part is a little bit delayed, but should be done by today or tomorrow. Half of the changes I did already in my lessons and my approvals. The subtopics are reflecting, but in the lesson creation and edition screen, we are still working on that. So once that is done, I will be releasing it to dev.
So student mate is ready, is it?
Yeah, I have pushed it already in dev and it's ready for testing.
Do you know whether Ashwini ji is tested and whether she has approved it?
I saw a message where she has tested. She said there is some issue, but there are no details of that. Once she
When
comes,
she comes,
The issue is with respect to teachmate, I think, Shravanji. Her student mate testing, I think, should be fine, but let's hear from her.
oh, that is for teachmate. Huh? No, I didn't understand that message. There was no details, so we'll wait for her and see.
Okay. So In terms of the lessons modification itself, is that clear between the two of you?
Yes, so I spoke to her, we had done one of the lessons exactly like what we saw in that thing, but you have not seen it in the
Endeavor,
system.
yeah.
You have not seen.
We,
You're,
we will be uploading one lesson today.
Yeah.
Endeavor.
yeah, so today, once it is there in the system, you have to see it mm, uh, in the system on how that subtopic and all are there.
Yeah.
Like that, you have to make all the lessons.
So.
Yeah, but is this like I can keep a subtopic empty also or?
Yes.
Um,
Yes, subtopic is empty as we discussed.
For existing lessons, existing whatever content they've uploaded.
Subtopic will be null.
Huh.
When subtopic is null, it will proceed in the, so it is backward compatible.
Okay,
So you can have lessons without subtopics and you can have lessons with subtopics. I mean, you can have topics without subtopics and you can have directly lessons under the topics.
excellent.
Both have been tested.
One of her concern was that, there are so many lessons which may have to be migrated. Was there any need like that?
Yeah, but the migration, I have not looked into the automation part.
Okay,
It is still manual right now
okay.
because this itself
Took,
is taking time.
yeah,
So migration part we have to see whether it's automatable, existing. Can we just split the, because what I saw is most of our things are editing of the lesson title and pushing part of it into subtitle and enabling subtitle. Because the chapter is fine, which is the topic. Now they have a combined title for lesson,
yeah,
which actually should have been subtopic dash lesson,
Lesson.
lesson name.
yeah.
So that splitting has to be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right now I don't see anywhere a K block to be cut.
Mhm.
So K blocks, we can also in a lesson, if you want to split some K blocks and make a separate lesson of it, that also can be automated. I have not thought of how it will be done.
Oh, okay, so earlier we used to put the topic name, which you will put it in the database and then we'll select in the teachment, right?
Yes.
Now
Now also even subtopic
you
is
have to tell in advance.
tell in advance.
Oh.
So the subtopic is still part
Cannot
of,
be entered by, we cannot
No.
enter.
subtopics are still not teacher made program. They're up to subtopic, the hierarchy is fixed by OPNIT. Yeah. If we have to create a subtopic by the teacher, then it's a little bigger thing because then
Now we have like if we have to put the whole content, we have like 25-30 subtopics. So we have to put all the subtopics into that format and give it to the person team. Then you will create it in the database and then you will select that and okay, that will become. This is mandatory. You can't change this. Subtopic we cannot, like how lesson we are creating, subtopic we cannot create. Because subtopic will be too many subtopics. Other, if you take a topic, it will be very minimum number requirement for us. But subtopics will be so many subtopics. Then it will be,
how many subtopics will be there?
like as many lessons are there, so many subtopics will also come.
That means one lesson, one subtopic.
Supposing tomorrow we have 20 lessons, 20 subtopics, just take us time.
No, why should that? Then there is no need for subtopic.
Because subtopics
Only when you want to group some lessons in one subtopic, you need a subtopic.
No, because the whole format is shown as a slide, PPT slide. So we are breaking into smaller.
Right, yesterday only.
Right.
So then
No, this I didn't.
then we have to do one thing, we have to create a Google form for that format which you are asking. We have to quickly keep on filling it and send it to you in advance because sending like this is becoming tedious.
No, then we can have a method. Let me see how I can
If you
automate.
can just remove subtopic from that, We'll say you also.
Pratibha,
Yes, sir.
can we, कर लीजिए आप भी सोचिए, सब टॉपिक प्रोग्रामेबल हो सकता है क्या? Who writes subtopic then? Because TeachMate, see your UI, Dhavalji has to give a change for subtopic creation, just like he's creating a lesson.
That anyways you have to do, right?
Yeah, when you're creating a lesson,
Ah,
you have to add a lesson title, no, that is what she's asking for. The subtopic can also be, yeah.
Just
But
No, but the method is different. Right now, Dhavalji, आप समझ रहे हैं?
What
Sorry.
is it?
So, in the TeachMate, we are assuming that you will get the subjects, topics and subtopics. Now what they're saying, you get subjects and topics, but for each topic, subtopic should be programmable by TeachMate.
Yeah, let me come there and we'll discuss. I'm on the way.
Huh?
He's on.
He's on the way.
Oh, okay, yeah, you understand this because I think the change has to come from first you, because only on your, the driving is from the UI. We can make it programmable, but the trigger has to come from UI. Once UI says, just right now the trigger that, okay, update the lesson, create this
Like,
lesson,
you
that
understand,
comes,
right, what
a
I'm saying?
subtopic, create also has to come for us.
Just like now we are giving.
I
a
understood.
lesson name, right? Subtopic should also
Teacher
be.
should be say, under this topic, I need to create these subtopics. Under these subtopics, I will make these lessons. That programmability should be teacher.
Topics can be from your side. We can give you. an
Topics
advanced
can be
topic.
from, not my side, Opmate side.
Opmate
is God.
side, okay. Opmate can be fed with the topics. Opmate can be fed with the subjects. But subtopic, what happens is sometimes subtopic is being changed also, the name or something. So then
You
again
want
we have to.
Teacher programmability for
Subtopic and
lesson name
that
and the shifting of things from this.
yeah.
So all that,
All this is TeachMate's UI has to change.
So I think, let's have a separate conversation. I do not think that Opmate should be the place where all these things should be done.
No.
See, Opmate should be where, there is a larger operation. Setting up a curricula is okay. A NCERT syllabus type is okay. But all these, lessons, topics.
Then what we should do, we should have in the TeachMate,
Yeah.
we should have an admin teacher kind of
Yeah.
login,
Yeah,
which will be able to do
these kinds of,
this kind
what
of
we can call as the
creation.
learning content administration, right? That part has to be in the TeachMate. Opmate should be for setting up of new users, things like that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. See, what is there right now, Opmate as a UI, a portion of that will go into
Yeah,
a specialized TeachMate. We can do that also.
yeah,
But the problem is once that is there, that is not going to be everyday changed, because student log, a lot of programming is assuming that they are fixed. Now a lot of that has to change. If
yeah,
that,
so let us have a
if-
separate deep dive
yeah.
So
in how we should do it.
currently this TeachMate and the process we are following where we have to, send something and it has to be added. Darshan ji said, our teachers cannot do this. It's like for creating content, they spend 2 hours on each lesson. So it should be a 1-minute job for them to quickly, upload it to StudentMate. So he is saying, please simplify the whole. So I am not asking from my perspective. Tomorrow we have to hand over all this to the teachers.
Yeah, I understand.
So if the teacher finds it anything, they are not doing, and the whole burden is falling on Madhuri and Darshan. So they said, please make it easy for our teachers. Otherwise, we will.
Yeah, the thing
face
is,
the
in
road,
any school, curriculum is fixed at one level. Curriculum is fixed at one level, and teaching
Content.
notes on content is with
Oh, it's-
teachers.
Ah,
So we thought content is teachers is TeachMate. And that curriculum fixing, that is what we were giving the Opmate for that, which is for Darshanji kind of or head teachers to use. That Opmate is one portion of the Opmate was only for the teachers.
Yeah.
maybe on that we wanted to add other things also, because I thought that they'll also do this thing. We can easily move that portion into another version of TeachMate or another
Role
here,
in teachment.
huh?
A role in
Another role
teachment.
in TeachMate. We
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. But this necessarily have to be different, because that has to be infrequent and this has to be frequent, and this is teacher changing is different. And an administrator changing should be different.
So what Darshan is saying, please don't take today's scenario when you are designing. He's saying tomorrow with AI coming more and more into our system, my curriculum will dynamically change, my structure will change. So do you have the backward compatibility? Does your software support that? Is what he was asking. He said, I might not maintain the same structure. Tomorrow with more of avatars coming, videos coming, I might not have a topic or subtopic or something. So, so are you thinking about the future?
Yeah, so that
compatibility is,
thinking has to be done separately.
So,
See,
but
we cannot have a vague structure also. We have to have a defined structure.
Hmm.
And what are the parameters that can change that we need to define? Then only it can operate.
But this right now only in the first two chapters, it's changing a lot.
That is
Because
because, you know, the
on
hierarchy
Tuesday
was
when
not
we went,
necessarily
Madhurya ji has again changed, added one more layer saying that because children, so she's thinking from children's point of view and she's saying, I want to further, add more layers.
Absolutely no problem.
Hmm.
That is why we said at the time of creating this thing, we would have ideally
Yes.
liked Madhurya ji to be there last 6
Yeah.
months.
Yes, yes.
But
yes.
Doesn't matter, we can always change it. Now that we have
Actually,
started the
last-
production, that is the problem.
First time she has seen on Student Made and immediately she made so many changes. This actually we were telling them from last 2 months, please once watch it on Student Made. So that's why we had to redo all
Okay, so
the.
let us collect all of it,
Yeah, yeah.
and in the next iteration, we can focus on it.
Focus.
So for now, I think, as far as whether the topic can be a dynamic thing from the TeachMate, once when Davaji comes, let us
We
discuss.
can look at that. Once
Yeah.
UI is clear on that,
Yeah.
that's a small change on the, because
it
it's
looks
only a
like, purely from our goal standpoint, we wanted this to be in production, looks like we are still at least few days away. It
Few
doesn't
days
look
away.
like,
Yeah, it is not yet
doesn't look
over.
like,
Or part of it is also that platform itself.
Yeah.
I mean, that WOW app platform itself got finished for us to work on it only today, yesterday.
Only one question, in this hierarchy change, what was the critical factor, why it got delayed? Is it because, we had something else as the priority, or what happened?
No, this was.
Maybe I would like to answer that question
Ah,
once I am there, okay?
yeah. From your viewpoint, Ji?
No, see, our features were ready in 1 or 2 days.
Yeah,
But by the time we could release it, test it on this production thing, it was taking time. Production, these people were constantly in touch with the Kiran and others for making it ready. And what was that? कुछ problem बोल रहे थे?
सर्टिफिकेट्स की
Certificate or something. yeah.
प्रॉब्लम्स में हमें 6-7 घंटे निकल जाते
so we got stuck in environment setup,
Environment center.
but, that is the dev environment setup on the .app domain.
Yeah.
But we had a dev environment in .guru, no?
But .guru was ready.
Huh.
.guru was ready. He had to do the changes.
अभी dev की ready है product
I'm only trying to understand, because, again, please don't mind that, I'm asking questions, because in my mind, we decided we will go live with this change. And we wanted to use the .guru,
Correct.
then only do the .app change, .dev environment, right?
Correct.
So why did we focus on .app setup?
We wanted to go live. Right now, we are going live on this.
Production is anyway .app. See, you had a working working dev environment
They're
and a
working
working prod environment.
Yes.
And our intention was that, this hierarchy change, the topic change, first let us release it in the existing environment. And then only take up the new environment setup.
So partly it was because we were focusing also on bringing up the Dev Wow app, because we thought the release will be from Wow app right now.
Huh. Into production, it is Wow app, see. The dot-
See, the pure writing of the code and testing it individually, at least in the MS, was over in 1 or 2 days.
huh.
But after that, setting up all these things took time.
No, I think maybe that is where we probably, maybe we did not communicate clearly. So I think the intention was, when we spoke last Saturday, right? Let's go live first with the hierarchy changes so that the content team's problem can be addressed. And that is why if you see here, everything else also got moved into only in dev environment, right? If you see here, only in dev, which means that the priority was given to only this change. So it looks like, maybe the priority was not understood clearly. We also got into.
So you are
dev
saying we will go live with from the Wow Guru.
Dot Guru. No, Shunji,
.guru.
we have a working dot Guru environment, right? This is the currently the dev. And we have a working dot app, this is the prod,
Yeah.
right? And this, whatever currently.
Yes.
Whatever we are doing is a new dev setup, okay?
Correct.
This is a dot app dev setup. This is new, this is not yet there. This is what platform was supposed to look into, right? What I'm saying is, we could have tested here, we could have gone live.
I didn't get, I'm not
Yeah, no,
able
that
to
was
see
not the
here.
problem. Even the, yeah.
Shravan sir, I'm not able to see what is that going on.
My screen is resting on that laptop because otherwise it will fall down.
Oh, it's broken, is it? Oh.
Yesterday it got angry. That's great.
You got angry with it or it got angry with you?
It got angry. So, I can understand if I broke it, you ask the question. It's giving the wrong answer. No, it actually, that is how what happened. It got angry on me. I never wondered, I was trying to. She also reciprocated, I am saying.
Okay, all right. So, maybe some.
Yeah, so Dhawanji, the
Yeah.
question is, while we in Dev Guru itself, why did we go on, test it on that only and go live for Dev?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, can you please put this for charging?
ఆరంభోత్సవం చేయాలా అది రాజుగారు చేయాలి.
First, let us actually discuss the topic of subtopics being learned from teaching.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, that will tell us why are we like.
Is it coming?
No, we want to do it on the screen.
No, is it charging? Are you getting the charge?
No.
Huh? Is it charging now?
No.
Looks like these two are not working on shit.
The first one you can remove if you want.
This one you can
ये
remove.
वो मेरा है, वो निकाल सकता है.
नहीं चाहिए आपको.
अभी for now I don't need.
हाँ. No?
Yeah. Let's see.
రాజకీయ మీరు రేపు ఒక్కరే వస్తున్నారా సుధాకర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to project something on the.
Not really. So let's discuss the management of.
For the people online.
Huh.
You want to project something on the screen?
Not at the moment. First, at the moment, let's discuss the management of subtopics from teaching.
Yeah.
So how do we want to put it? We want to move the management of subtopics in TeachMate. How do we want to do it?
So now we are entering lesson name now. We are only entering. Like that, the teachers will be able to enter the lesson name and at least the subtopic name.
Okay.
Topics, okay, we can tell in advance and it might come as a drop down menu from outside.
Topics you can tell in advance to whom?
No, just like now we are sending it as a format, right?
Hmm.
We have to send it to the platform team and they will add it in the database. And then that comes as a drop down menu to the teachers. For the teachers to upload. So
Hmm.
the topics are less compared to subtopics.
Hmm.
So creating like that for subtopics becomes very tedious for the teachers.
Hmm.
So can teachers create the subtopic? They can enter then and here.
How can they create subtopics?
Like they're creating lesson. So you will give one more field which will say this is the subtopic, they will enter manually.
So if
Okay,
they want
no,
to use an
that-
existing subtopic,
No, they want to on the fly enter new subtopic.
Ah,
Okay, so now let's say they create 10 lessons.
Hmm.
Okay, with one subtopic. Okay, manually entering all the subtopic and 10 lessons.
ah.
How does the backend know that they are the same subtopics?
Because
So-
it is that, no?
yeah, so the moment you send a subtopic,
Hmm.
backend has to verify whether it's a new subtopic or an existing subtopic. So some kind of a maybe a case insensitive search or something like that. That is how
Okay.
it has to be.
And if there is a typo in a subtopic, what happens?
As you are giving us to edit the lesson, you will give us the option to edit the subtopic also.
So you need a new subtopic screen where you want a subtopic management system.
No,
No, just one field. Addition of only one.
It
box.
could be, yeah, type ahead also level.
No, what I'm saying is that once you make a mistake, how do you want to rectify it?
now they are making a mistake in entering the lesson name.
Hmm.
They are going back and changing it now.
Lesson name is not a concern because lesson name is not a classification system. Subtopic is a concern because it's a classification system. So if you enter a wrong subtopic, how do you modify the, how do you rectify the subtopic?
It can be done this way, Guruji.
Hmm.
For example, usually you have type ahead fields.
Huh.
As you start typing, it will bring up relevant things. If it is not matching, it will ask, want to create a new.
Hmm.
So the moment you say new, it will maybe first, they can even expose an API
Hmm.
to set up a new subtopic.
Hmm.
So that way, from then onwards, it is only whatever has been created as new.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is when at time of creation you are making mistake.
That is anyway part and parcel of the process, no, Guruji.
No,
If let's say,
because it will be difficult to rectify things later.
imagine this way,
Hmm.
in the backend, subtopic is not going to be preserved with a name given.
I understand that.
Right, there'll be an
Ah.
ID associated.
Hmm.
So as soon, what is modifiable is the name that is seen by the users.
Correct.
What is not modifiable, underlying ID.
Hmm.
So that's why,
Hmm.
in case if let's say, for this iteration, if let's say there is they have the ability to create new.
Hmm.
If they want to edit, there can be an edit option,
Okay.
which will allow them to change.
So we want subtopic addition management system in TeachMate as well.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
part of this system.
So now
Hmm.
the other three classifications, is it editable in TeachMate today?
Which
Except that,
classifications, topics, subtopic, topics and this thing, subject, no, they are not.
so which means that, only for topic, let's not bring. If that is the case, then let's bring the hierarchy management feature.
Hmm.
And then let us introduce this.
Hmm.
For now, for this iteration, if rather than, just doing part fix, let's bring the classification system management and then introduce
See,
it. as
why I'm having this discussion is not to resist this feature in any way. But we want as a team to be able to understand that these things are very common. Okay, when we talk about subtopic management from system on TeachMate side, it's not just going to be simple text editing. It's far more than that. When you introduce the concept of subtopic creation, you have to assume teachers will make mistakes. You have to assume they want to rectify the mistake. You have to assume they want to probably delete something.
Yeah.
That means the moment they want to delete something, they will have to get back to OpMate team and request a manual delete.
No,
Because
no,
we
no,
don't have
no.
deletion.
No.
No,
We should,
yeah.
no, today.
Hmm.
But what I am saying is, I hear your point.
No, but then what will happen is immediately the requests will start getting to the backend team for something which is a manual task.
So the way we should solve, in my opinion, is we should bring the administration capability into TeachMate,
Hmm.
where this classification system can be managed,
Correct.
including creation, edition,
We
deletion.
should have a creator, content creator, admin.
Admin.
Role.
Yeah.
With that role,
See,
that, so
yeah.
it is not straightforward, like you say, you
The way-
need to have.
When you showed us WordPress now, you showed us all the roles also, the admin role, teacher role, editor role, contributor role. author
Yeah.
role.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me present something now.
ఒక బటన్ చూపించడానికి చాలా ఉంటుంది.
Oh, that's very complicated.
Humans counting,
Yeah. As because what he says is right, there's a lot of work in the UI
And back.
and backend. And backend anyway, it is going to be there. But UI will drive it. The problem is I cannot make something in the backend without understanding what all the teacher wants to do, how the things come. Doing something in the backend, it's going to be very inflexible.
See, when we have to think about users, we have to think, can you give me the network key for this? For this network key?
Wi-Fi password.
Ah, really complicated. GTAS.
See, I'll tell you one thing, okay, one classic problem in UI. When we want to make things easy to users, we have to also assume that they will make a lot of mistakes. That we are not thinking about. Okay, and what happens when they make mistake? Because backend will not be bothered about. User will not be bothered about. When user says they want things to be very easy, they are not bothering about what are the after effects of those things. Okay, UI will be thinking about all those things all the time because we have experience with building these kind of systems day in and day out. Okay, they will not be concerned about these mistakes when they request this feature. But once the feature is live, they will come back to you with those mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me show you something that I was recently working on. Yeah.
You're sharing.
I'm going to present. When we are thinking about users, we have to think of edge cases as well. We cannot just think about features per se. We have to think about what goes wrong with features. Without that, we cannot think about things in a proper way.
So, well, end of the day, isn't it the teacher's responsibility if they are doing any? So if you look at a thing like WordPress, which you are Sensei, that management system element that you taught us. So how is Sensei responsible for it? It has given all the roles, all the features, everything, all the flexibility. So I might do a mistake when I'm uploading the Advaita content. We have uploaded a lot of content. We have done mistakes. So we used to sometimes lose the data. We used to again upload it. So over a period of time, we learned how to work with Sensei. So that is how they should also learn.
That's fine, but yeah. Okay. See, this is a feature that that our team requested. Okay, back when I was developing a software. This is a item or a category, and these are subcategories. Now they say this has to be an expandable. Okay, so that they can immediately see all the details there. Okay, and we delivered this software exactly as per their requirement, and it failed within 6 months.
So everything.
6 months. Okay, why is that so? What the users failed to recognize that
So they are requested for that expansion of.
subcategory there.
Expand that also. And then add it dynamically.
Oh.
So they wanted to see item subcategory details then and there itself
One shot.
or arbitrary levels in one shot.
Arbitrary level.
Yeah, but it's okay. Let us not go into that arbitrary hierarchy at the moment. But it failed in 6 months. Why is
It's
that?
like a drill down. They want to see,
A drill
understand,
Hmm.
क्या है, उसके नीचे क्या है, उसके नीचे क्या है. Like, you know, you like to exactly. It's very tempting, like a mind map.
Hmm.
Hierarchy.
Yeah.
Very intuitive.
Why did it take them?
Yeah. Yeah. See, they fail
Managing
to
that.
recognize that subcategories have different fields than categories. Subcategories have different workflow requirements than categories. When you expand subcategories, there is nothing on the screen apart from just the subcategory name. Most of the other fields are just duplicated. So anything that is really important to the users for this workflow cannot be easily shown on the screen because both of the items are conflicting. Does that make sense? Whatever fields are important for category, if we show those, then we are missing out on subcategory. Whatever fields are important for subcategory, if we show, they are missing from category.
Essentially, you have to have a separate screen for that subcategory.
Correct. So users think that this is the right thing for them. This is an easier way of managing things for them. And initially it seemed so. Okay, it immediately gave them a lot of delight. Oh wow, we are able to see all these things. Until they realize that what they want to really do is not possible from this UI. Okay, we had to redo this UI in this way, where we show the categories here and a lot of information about the details here. It is not very intuitive. You have to select one, you have to go into details and things like that. But it allowed for their actual workflow. If you see, this amount of information was never possible here. Subcategory also has its own hierarchical information. And the reason we were able to do this was not because we ourselves thought about this kind of a solution due to by a lot of brainstorming and all. These are established designs in the user interface industry. These are very established designs that are used for these kind of workflows in the user interface industry. Because it does not just take care of what is your immediate requirement. It takes care of the requirements that will come down after 1 year. Users will keep on adding the complexity into the system and they don't know it yet. What is the future? But we have to plan for their future. There will be a lot of other things in the system that will be required. We have to ensure that the UI concept also is scalable. Otherwise, we will end up developing a UI which is not a scalable UI. We will have it like one thing that is done from OpMate, one thing that is done from TeachMate, one is this shortcut, one is that shortcut. It will not work.
Exactly.
Eventually.
That I agree. That is the only reason I wanted one app for one kind of person. Now, this is okay. Now we can do, but it is very good to have one app for one kind of profile.
See, this lesson creation screen that we have in TeachMate, if you now realize, okay, is difficult and is complex. Okay, it's using a CRUD pattern. It's using a master detail pattern that is pretty much prevalent in the UI UX industry. It is initially very hard to learn. Okay, that's of no second thought. But what it takes care of is when the user is going to work with this system for 1 year, we are not going to fail on. Okay, this app will still work for them when they are going to use it for 1 year. If they have 5 more different feature requests, we will be able to accommodate because this is a very standard pattern for doing things. Okay, so when we are thinking about users, it's also to think not just about what they say that they need. They don't know what they need. Okay, we have to think of them as our partners and as our patients. Okay, patients don't always know what they need. Okay, we have to diagnose.
Yes, very good way of putting Dr. Dhavalji.
Okay, and we have to properly understand what is good for them. We can give them what they want, but it will not be probably good for them eventually. We have to think about that. And for that, we need not just immediate vision. We might sometimes need a 6-month vision or a 1-year vision as well. Okay. Because these are very established patterns. If you see, the very first day we presented this thing, very, very established patterns of doing things. We are not taking these ideas from any particular our own system. These are general patterns that are there in all the industries. Okay, this is table view. Okay, if you see, our lesson management screen is essentially a table view. Okay, if you see our resource detail, lesson detail screen is essentially a details page. It's essentially a details page. Okay, and you can see from this example, the moment we switch to this pattern is the moment everything started to work. Although it was very counterintuitive. So sometimes things may be hard, things may be difficult, but it will solve a lot of problems down the line that will be otherwise coming to you if you don't solve those problems. Because if you introduce subcategory management, subtopic management in TeachMate UI without a comprehensive CRUD system, believe me, left, right, and center subtopic will become an issue for either the platform team or for you. The moment they want creation is the moment they want modification, is the moment they want deletion, is the moment they want migration.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so think about things in a very, and this is why we need to discuss all these things very thoroughly before committing anything to them, before, even having our own any particular conclusion. It will make things easier, no doubt about it, but it will make their life harder and our life. That's all.
Okay, so now what is the next step? So I think, see, one thing is, maybe when we discussed last week that, we had to go live. Maybe this entire complexity was not necessarily thought through. It's okay.
No, at that time, this subtopic programmability was not there.
Yeah, that is another issue that I would like to also discuss now. See, now we are not operating through Bolt or anything. We have stopped using Bolt or any other AI tools. We are full on manual at this point of time. We are not using AI since almost last 3-4 weeks. More than that, all the features that are coming, all the improvements that are done, all the bug fixes that are done are full on manual understanding of the code. So that means things are taking time, but they are ensuring better quality. What Bolt does is, when I tell Bolt to improve a feature in quiz or fix a bug, it re-implements the quiz component with a lot of assumptions, with a lot of bugs on its own. Okay, and I don't know about those bugs until they are reported. We don't want to get into that cycle now. Okay, now that we are into production, whatever changes we do has to be properly thought through, properly coded. I need to understand what I am coding and what is the rest of the code at this point of time. Prototyping is fine. Krishna, that avatar prototyping I did using Bolt. Okay, but TeachMate lesson generation was entirely manually coded. Quiz stability improvements are entirely manually coded. Student-made unit change is entirely manually coded. And even this particular change on the TeachMate side is entirely manually coded, and you have no idea of the complexity it takes to introduce subtopics in UI.
So things will be slow, but they will be very steady. There will be production quality. Once we roll out, we want to ensure that there are no bugs. Okay. So these things will take time and it will not be easy. Any feature requests that we have now for the team will require sufficient coding and coordination between UI and backend. It is equal amount of hard work for UI, equal amount of hard work for backend. So feature requests have to be also mindfully thought through whether it is increasing a particular workload or not. At this point of time, we are totally hands on the wheel. We are not using AI much. So with that in mind, we can do whatever we want.
Okay,
So
so,
this will come as a part of augmentation.
no, that's not the conclusion. Okay, there are, first thing, as far as this hierarchy change is concerned, if let's say we have to release the hierarchy change immediately, it can be only with a pre-coded list of subtopics given to backend team. If we want this hierarchy change.
But it can be changed now. I mean, again, if something changes, we have to again give it.
No.
No, no.
Change means,
We will
that's
give
what I
it.
think, it will be another release, because now we have finalized
No,
this release.
not that.
Data change.
Data change. Whole thing.
If let's say she
We
has
have to
the.
change the name of the subtopic, we have to.
Yeah. It can change. That's a backend.
Yeah.
Right, so that is the
Today
first.
it is a backend change because we are not using Optimate UI, but if we spend some time, make that Optimate UI and start using it, anybody can use it as.
That's a separate topic. But in terms of inference now, based on this conversation,
See,
First is-
in another maybe 2-3 weeks, we will hand over all this to teachers. Now, how to explain the teachers all this? So, in this, giving, the topic or subtopic, at least we should give them a Google form in that case, because to them to sit and type all this.
for 1 minute, let's not jump only to solution mode. Let's go step by step.
No,
First,
this is understood. So subtopic and topic backend you will create.
okay, if you want that change right away, okay, meaning that
Yeah, we have put the content on hold because.
because of that, right? Okay, so which means that, prepare a list of the subtopic, that way backend team can create, and then, let us discuss, what the earliest we can release this.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the first thing. Now, as far as if you want this to be managed by the teachers,
Yes.
then that requires a deeper thinking.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not the next conclusion.
Right. Exactly.
Because
Right.
we want to, hand over it as soon as possible.
If that is the immediate next priority, see, that's exactly why we need to create that roadmap, right? So this week is not the right time to discuss the roadmap.
Yes,
So let's also listen to our mentors and also to our teachers. Next Saturday, we can focus our energies on roadmap discussion. By that time, we can come up with a roadmap. If let's say this is one of the roadmap item, then we can sit and think about how the feature will work.
Correct.
So let's think in this way. Broadly, new features, right? From now onwards, like how Dhawanji said, there is going to be an additional assume 1.5 times more time than how it used to be thus far. If thus far, if let's say a feature addition used to take, let's say 1 week, from now onwards, assume it is 2 weeks. Reason is the moment you are in production, you don't want to simply introduce a change and make something else break, right? So therefore, and also the approach now is remove the complete automation, meaning the AI automation, which means that it is a completely manual drive. Manual drive comes with its own pace. But it improves the reliability, but the trade-off is that speed. So far, we were able to do with speed, but the reliability was, okay. Now, the preference is towards reliability for production system. Yeah. So the way we need to also plan the releases and the features is based on that. So let's bring the proposal. Let's sit and brainstorm how the feature should work, and then take the next step. To your last question, which is, Is it easier for teachers? See, easy is a subjective preference, right? As an example, is the cockpit of a pilot easier to drive? A system which is industrial system meant for a certain particular purpose, no, will be in a certain way. So,
It's
yeah.
not like that. So when we sat with the teachers, most of them are technically challenged, but end of the day, they are our customers. So they have to use it somehow, otherwise this whole thing is waste.
exactly. So,
We only have
it
to hire
makes it a
somebody
matter of
to-
education also. See, it's
So
usually.
they are okay with small tools like a Google form,
Yeah.
an Excel sheet, MS Doc, this is what they know.
Yeah.
They don't know anything, a higher thing. So,
Fair enough. So,
and in that time, they should not keep on typing lot of stuff, so anywhere possible a form.
So for that, let me tell you an idea, okay? What Darshan ji wants to do is let there be a very primitive interface for the teachers. And that is again a future discussion, okay? But that takes off the complexity from our side of view. Where teachers will just generate a lesson, primitive interface, what Darshan ji wants. Subject selection, topic selection, subtopic selection, or whatever. Teachers are not responsible for subtopic management, nothing. They will not be able to do anything in there. Just selection of 3-4 fields, that's all that they see. Generate lesson, it goes to Madhurya ji or some admin teacher. Okay, they don't actually see the teachmate at all.
Good.
They don't see teachmate at all. Teachmate itself is a consumer provider for that primitive interface where they are just generating a lesson, previewing it or whatever, and they are sending it. The teachmate.
we can discuss. We can.
Yeah,
discuss.
we will, because I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
where the disconnect is, according to my point of
Yeah.
view.
See, once again, what happens is, generally,
Hmm.
when the report is difficult, root cause is not always the UI. Many a times root cause is deeper, resistance also, right? So,
Yeah, that's anyways there.
right? So therefore, just because you will fix the UI doesn't mean that you will get accepted. You will fix the UI, they will. It's like Kannadalam Gade. Sorry if I use a. Kuniyalaರದ dancer Nella Duncan means somebody who doesn't want to dance will always find a fault with the floor,
So,
right? Because she doesn't want to dance. So like that, sometimes again, I'm not concluding, I'm not inferring that is the case here. I do not know. And it needs whenever a feature discussion has to happen, maybe reporting is correct. What you are reporting is correct. You need to bring it up so that a discussion like this can happen. But we don't have to rush into a solution.
Yeah.
Let the UX person, Dhavalji, and whoever the feature user, let them come together along with you. Let's use that approach. That way, let there be a discussion, debate. It's absolutely okay for her to say, I don't like this, for him to say this is how it should be. And in that
Meet in the
conversation,
middle.
in that conversation is where the
Yeah, meet in the
Yeah.
middle.
so
Yeah.
you and I have to facilitate that.
Yeah.
You and I also don't have to take this side or
no,
that
I
side.
didn't discuss any of these things with
Yeah.
Madhurya or teachers.
yeah.
I'm just first trying this out, how to, because I've seen them closely teachers.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they can do it this way.
Yeah.
That's what our last meeting, Darshan and Madhurya have told, they cannot do.
However, let's not become their mouthpiece.
Hmm.
Okay, we say this is what they said. I heard, right? Is good. But if I and you become emotionally invested into, I want to make sure that it is simpler,
No.
then we will become a bottleneck. Let for lack of better words,
That's
let
why
Dhavalji and Madhurya fight it out. You and I let us enjoy the
No,
show.
that's why we took Dhavalji last time to Madhurya. We
Yeah.
wanted to, do that connection.
Yeah, I understand what they want.
Yeah.
Or a better clarity.
Yes.
He's able to understand so many things.
Yeah.
Brand new.
No, it's just because they had never paid attention to what we were asking. Come and see, come and use. Right. Anyway, now this is understandable. In any initial takeoff, no, this is how it is. This is called the teething pain. After one more year, we will not be talking these things. Today we have to talk, we have to discuss.
Day before yesterday also they hardly gave us maybe 2 hours, that's all.
Yeah.
By the time actually Sharda ji could come and tell something, they
Yeah.
are really.
See, even today, they don't have a concept of exactly what they are doing as far as the system is concerned. They primarily looking at it from a, okay, somehow magically content will get created, magic will happen in the student
Want
side.
to see the AI magic.
Some AI magic is an illusory word that they are living in, right? Anyway, it needs that coaching. So now what is the conclusion? So therefore, as far as this feature is concerned, do we want it to go live?
Yes, whatever
And
is done by-
Shavanji, you are okay to take the list of subtopic from
Yeah,
I ask you
1 minute, let me have some time for Pratibhaji to voice her. Pratibhaji, you were saying something I wanted to say.
Um, if subtopics is an issue and they want to make it by themselves, when I have done this app on my in my local, I can start running the server here, and whatever they want to create, they can create it, and they can create lessons along with that. And when they are done, I will stop the server here.
So what
So
is
that they need not ask me
The
for
interface
create
that
this
you are
subtopic.
using for subtopic creation, you can give it to them and they can do it.
Yeah, they can only create whatever subtopic they want and everything. Like how I
And
usually
the
do it,
need for a sheet to be given and you entering need not be there.
need not be there. They can create subtopics, topics, subjects, whatever
Can we
it
do
is.
that?
We-
And then I will start running the server here. And then whatever they want to do, they can do it. And when they are done, I will stop. Anyways, I'll be working on something or the other. This server will be running.
Pratibhaji, one more suggestion. Okay, so let's call it as a a rudimentary version of whatever the op made, right? So
Mm.
instead of you running on your local machine, why don't we just host it? And let's call it as V1, which is available only to maybe 1 or 2 people.
Host
And
where?
host in our GCP.
We can give access only to Madhurya. She and Pratibhaji will be in contact with each
I
other and do
would say,
whatever they want to.
I would say that that interface, let Dhaval ji have a look at it.
Mhm.
He can give a basic UI of it.
Sorry for interrupting you. The moment it goes into Dhavalji's world, you will have another few weeks of delay because he has to thoroughly review it.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult for him to do it. I understand that part. That's why this is just a simple. I'm not a UI person. It's just a very
It's okay.
simple.
However crude it is allowing us to do some CRUD, right? It doesn't matter. That's a good enough solution right now.
Correct.
So can we go live with that draft version? Whoever needs to give an access, let them directly access.
Pratibhaji, for our benefit, can you just 2 minutes
Demonstrate.
give a demo of
Okay.
how you are doing that at the back end?
Okay. 1 second.
It's already almost 12. We need to spend at least a good 45 to 50 minutes, 1 hour with the graduation.
Vijay, one more thing that Tusharji, can I forward this link now and she can join this meeting?
You please include him in the way you feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can include him in the AI stream.
Yeah.
Again,
Hmm.
the description is yours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I mean, what I'm looking at is, how much he is able to.
Yeah.
grasp And.
So the description is yours.
Yeah.
So therefore, how you want to
Mhm.
integrate is up to you. Yeah.
So we are talking to one physics teacher here. The only person whom we thought is like kind of. So we can add her to the physics teacher to maybe our team, some team. There she can directly contact with the platform team and understand the. So that is how we do it 3 weeks. The
While-
physics
while I
teacher
think
will
it-
understand all
The
the.
only issue is, I don't want that to be a problem. I still want you to be reflected because
No,
then
no,
there'll be a
we
lot of
asked
other.
us to quickly hand it over to the teachers there as soon as.
True. However, I think what Shavanji is saying as a point, right, I think us as a solution team should be the interface for all this.
Don't put us in
Let's-
front. it will be a
Let's-
problem later.
because what happens is these are two different words.
Yeah.
The lingos will be different, and it will lead to a lot of confusion. So you now have got a fairly decent understanding of both the words. So we should not mix these two words.
Correct.
These two words are different words because they use different languages, different sensibilities. Let's not mix up them. Let's not expose the platform teams to.
Okay, but at some point of time, the teachers have to take this, right?
That is different. Let that transition happen through the solutions team, not by us exposing them to.
We have to set up some Zoom meeting continuously.
No, when you say they have to take it, they have to take the operations of it. Right?
Yeah,
They
so
have to
basically
take
the
the-
strategy
They
wants
should
to,
upload their content in whatever.
that is operations.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
I would suggest you show them how to create a few lessons and give a demo or two, couple of training sessions.
Yeah,
Then
we are-
have them create lessons and you watch.
1 minute, sorry. What is that thing you gave Pratibha before?
Yaudu?
That one.
This is Streamlit running on the UI
It's
side.
the Streamlit application.
Oh, okay.
It's simply a Python server that she started.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
This Streamlit will be run on your will be run, and I will give the instead of this local host, I'll give another I will just go for a local tunnel so that server will be running. For them only the page will come into picture.
Sure.
That is one solution approach, deployment approach. Another one is you just simply take this entire server and run it in GCP.
I will be
Dependent.
running the server here. I will be running my my server will be running here, and my UI server will be running here. And when they want it, I will give another UI URL here for them to do, and this will be the this one, and I will make sure, see, there is only one, because yesterday we created this dev setup. There is only one Gurukul that I created. This is how Gurukul, anyways, that is there. You don't people need it. You need subjects. So I'll go for subjects. Already what subjects are there? English and math is there. Okay. Let's see. Also, I don't know. I don't know. I'll just give something. This is L10. So social science is created this one. If you want any changes, you can go for this social science, the same selection. You want to change social science L10, see name of it. You can give a different URL, name of this, and then you want to change the level. You can change and update it here. This is the subject creation. And then there are only 2 topics here for the whole system. For example, I have created dev this. I'll just create and show a subject here. Social science. Topic 1. I'm not good at. I'll just. Don't know what it is. So topic 1 was created. If you want to change, you select the subject, select the topic, because there is only one topic. That's why it is showing like this. Otherwise, we can select it. You keep the current one, change it if you want SST. I will make it as social. So you can change it here, you can update. Same thing got updated here. Here. Because I changed, you can change this one, you can change even subject and this one like that.
And right now, Pratibha ji, when you delete, does it do a hard delete or is it a soft?
I have not given delete option here because
Okay.
it will be
Yeah, we'll have to.
difficult.
She's only using it for right now to create.
For create and update.
Uh,
Delete is.
Though delete is seen on the screen, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I do it manually. I don't want to use that right now.
No, but if you delete here, if you choose and delete, what happens?
It will delete because no lessons are there that it will delete. But if it is lessons are there, it won't delete. It will say error.
Oh, okay,
Because
Oh.
dependency is there, right? Lesson dependency.
okay,
Parent-child relationship.
okay.
If the parent is there, is okay, but the child can
Parent,
go.
yeah.
But
Okay.
That's why.
you have to expand that subtopics as well.
Yeah, I will show that one. This is
So
show
right
topics
now,
by
I think,
subjects.
do you want to use it for only subtopics or you want to use it? You are suggesting that they create the entire curriculum
Whatever they want to do it.
or topics and the subjects you can create for a full school.
For this subjects, these are the topics that are there. Or otherwise you
This
go
is
by
done.
level.
See, this is not under dynamic thing, what she's saying. This is for you to set up the database. Once the database is set up with this will be cut off from there and the database will be used at the back end.
So the science teacher can directly use this, is that what you're saying? What you're saying?
No.
Gayatri, this is not the solution for the teachers. Don't confuse this with the teachers.
But I am asking for the teacher. Complication is for the teacher, not for us.
Right, Amma, but this approach we cannot simply release to teachers.
Oh, okay,
They will not work the entire.
This approach is only for this team. If it helps you to make it faster. So solution one is,
No, all my questions are related to teacher point of view.
then
He will do whatever it-
then let's not release this. Okay, if it is only right now, I'm only talking about right now and after
This is for the content team to quickly make the content
No.
instead of this Google Sheet passing up and down and all. You can yourself create the content for that reason.
Okay, not for the teachers.
Not for
this we won't release to teacher. This should not be
You will
released.
never, any teacher also, you will not.
No, that
It
will
will
be
be
different types of
separate feature,
for the operational teacher or a creation teacher.
admin teacher.
Admin teacher.
Admin teacher prefecture, but that will think
That is a separate.
But we want to ensure that when we release it has to be thorough. Tomorrow, it should not be again, a problem that now the topic creation is happening, but how do we modify that? How do we delete that? Now we have added so many lessons to topics and we want to delete a subtopic. What do we don't want to do? All those issues will come up because once we release the feature. So we have to ensure.
This is not part of our software. This is our administrative tool at the back end that we are using, which you can do yourself. That's all. This is not part of software.
I just meant that you
We will
need
put
not,
that into a
people
proper
need not
software
wait
later
for
and
me.
use it, but that's not for.
Right, Pratibhaji. So that's what we're discussing. So now, as far as the current, let's only think in terms of the next 3 weeks or whenever, till when, we hand over, right? Because when we need to hand over also, we've not yet discussed. But for now, because the content team is the one which is doing this work. For you, do you need to use this or are you comfortable giving the list of topics?
For us, anything is fine.
List of
No, but-
topics.
Yeah, I'm
As
also
much
speaking
we
from the
get
point
on-
of view.
I think it is
Then
the
let not mix up. Let not mix
you
up.
use it
Yeah.
because then the up and down will.
No, but if they want to use it, then I would recommend that, we don't use it from Pratibhaji's machine. We call it as, V1 of admin, teacher admin and deploy it, right? It is going to be deployed as maybe whatever that we can think next. But it is an admin teachmate admin. Okay, teachmate admin is this UI.
Okay.
So do we want these two go hand in hand? Is that only when this feature, hierarchy feature is going to be usable in the production?
We not get used to it.
So currently we have the hierarchy change. We have the hierarchy change to be done, no? You have some 50 top lessons you have. That you want to migrate to the new hierarchy, right? When are you going to do it in production?
How to?
I want to talk about one more thing after that, yeah, once you're done.
Vijayji, we have to manually migrate. There are 200 blocks that we have to migrate.
Exactly, right? So that's my concern right now. I want us to first solve that before we jump into anything else. So for that, if this is a necessity, then you need to deploy this. whatever solution that you just now saw.
Yeah, we can deploy. But operation of it, what I'm saying is, once deployed, operation should be closer to the place where they're actually.
If you take my suggestion, G, for this release, for immediate release of the hierarchy, let's not confuse this, because the moment you release, no, they will also have to be comfortable using that, and there will be some or other little teething issues. So therefore, my recommendation is, let's release this into production along with the front end ASAP, and then get the topics through the whatever the current approach we have. Let's make sure this goes live in production in the prod environment. Then next Saturday, let us sit and review what is the next step.
No, this means what has to go live? You mean this crude one?
This hierarchy. No, not this crude. The hierarchy.
Pratibha,
Not that. That's
Not
what I was
that.
saying. What she's saying is, the subtopic feature that we have now developed in MS and UI, let it go into the production.
that is fine.
Yeah.
That is fine. That is anyway going. That is anyway going.
That has to go along with the content, because they have some 200 lessons already there, right?
Correct. That has to go along with the content.
Along with that. So let's make sure that this goes and it is stable till by next
The
Saturday.
question we are talking about is, how are we creating that content?
That content, let them give a list of topics to you, to the backend team, and like how you are creating.
Topics and subtopics.
Yeah, that is something that they will have to give. This is my suggestion for now.
And I have one more thing to discuss.
Robert,
Hmm.
one question. Subtopics don't have the URL. How will you pick up that letter based thing?
I can pick up for anything.
I think that's the.
As long as they want to show it that they are happy showing it that way, I don't
They
know.
are not happy.
Hmm.
We are also not happy to run things like that,
Yeah.
but we don't have any. We don't have anything. Unless they.
See, I would suggest, no, you were saying something and I'm blocking you now.
I just want to make sure, have we concluded this or not?
So it's manual migration only, Vijay.
That Shravanji has to decide. So that's what I thought, the two of you would have discussed. Is there a need to modify any lessons?
It is a matter of he will die or
And I'm saying even will die.
Yeah.
Okay.
You Vijay can tell who is better to die.
Neither of you. That is why it is called as Trishulku Swarga. Neither can you die, nor can you live. Or
Pains of software.
it's also called as being husband.
No, but software industry is a very good industry, okay?
Correct.
I tell you, whatever bad karmas you have to face in life.
Very soft.
You can fail everything in software. And you'll be done with it. Wonderful way of, facing your karma. in life.
Yeah, see, the only thing I'm looking at is making the content is up to topics, subtopics, creation can be done, and that you give us, we can do it. But the content is a lot of interaction. The content is, you have to take the ownership of only content. That is lessons. Up to subtopics, creation, we can change. We can create and give it. Actual content is not, actual content means writing, changing the lesson name or splitting it properly. All that we do. Once we have got a that can be there in the data. That once that is there, creation of
Not audible.
can you automate the 50% of the process?
Not audible.
1 minute, Pratibha.
Yeah,
Now,
getting.
Shravanji is going to talk.
No, sorry,
Yeah, please go ahead, Shravanji.
where is the need for, so what is the automation? If we have to do the automation, what is that automation that we have to do? My understanding is, I want to understand first the scope of the work. Otherwise, we are then say, so you will do it or I'll do it. In between, it will fall off. So, what is the actual issue, crux of the issue? Let me understand.
Yeah.
If we put that in on the thing and if we all understand only, we can look for a solution,
Okay.
right? Right now, you have subject English, there is no problem. Topic, table or whatever, there is no problem for this. Until then, they are stable. Now, the problem comes today is that
There is a subtopic.
there is a subtopic
Bottom of your.
which came later, and there is a lesson, and there is some
Okay.
key items. Correct? Now, what is happening?
I would say put it here.
Yeah, you are able to see that, no?
Put it here. This.
So,
I'll put it here. Yeah. Yeah.
while this is a portion of this today, there is something written here, which is title 1 in your spotlight and title 2. Okay, then there is something written here, multiple. Yeah. Title 3.
It is focus on him. If you turn towards the board,
Title 4.
it is designed to.
Automatically pick up a person.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So now what is happening? We need to introduce subtopic, means we have to take either a portion of this, move it into subtopic.
So Vijay, you remove that option, blur the background, maybe you have that, so it's focusing on the person. Do you see?
No, G.
It's not there. Huh? None.
None.
Okay.
It's completely none.
I am. Okay.
Okay. So anyway,
I got it. Key items are there.
so there are something like, and there are multiple key items, right? Like this. These are multiple. That means there are multiple here. Now, when you say automated, you have a portion of this lesson title to be shifted into a separate subtopic. Correct? Which means for that subtopic, the subtopic title have to be changed, lesson title have to be changed, and key items title have to remain as it is, or they have to also change.
Key items fall under a lesson. They are tagged to the lesson, right? They are not tagged to the subtopic.
Correct. That now that you have this something day 1 or something, I've seen sometimes that this has to be chopped off because this was trying to tag to this. Now you don't need tag because that's already.
We have to remove that lesson 1 day 1 was.
Lesson 1 day 1, you have to remove the lesson part. Correct. So there is some edit here.
Yeah.
There's some edit, a
Yeah.
cut and paste there into this new name that you are putting. Okay.
So it's not like I create again a topic called table, then I.
No, there is no other the topic is already there. We are not
Topic
discussing.
only. Now, all I have to do is again I have to go to create a lesson page. For this lesson, I have to go to create a lesson page. I have to select the subtopic and I have to make these edits and save the lesson.
No,
Uh,
no. See, it is not at the teachmate level at all. At teachmate, you will only do this lesson edition and key item edition. You will change the name of the lesson, change the name of the key item as you are doing today. There is no change on that part. Okay. But you need to program this subtopic name separately. So what goes into this, how it is cut and changed, how this is cut and changed, how what part of this goes into subtopic, that has to be very clear. That is the automation we need to do for you to split it, correct?
So we don't have to rewrite the whole K items and the lessons is what you're saying.
You need not touch the
Title
K.
editing not done.
Title editing, yes, only title editing.
We have to try with.
As long as you don't want to modify K.
Yeah.
If you want
We
to
want to
also
modify-
modify K items, then it's something that you have to do because automation will most likely fail.
Whatever content we have already uploaded, that she has changed.
See, that is why-
We have-
that is why I-
We didn't change the chapter one for any of the subjects.
Yeah,
We wanted to wait.
that she changed only after seeing the
So
student.
we have to
no.
redo all the.
All the items will change.
So,
We
yeah,
have no choice.
we have no choice. Because a lot of things.
So you, again, I want to bring up that suggestion. Copying the production into dev and running all this so that you know exactly what is the nature of your work. You want to go through that option or not? Because
So here
so
you-
much express some
what
concern.
happens, this will become again, trying it on dev will become tough, time consuming, so we will directly start creating the whole thing on.
I don't think we should do like that on production. Don't
And
change and
not
edit on
like,
production.
See.
Because now the
It is
additional
calculated.
chapter she is giving it in a different way. After seeing
See,
the
No, if
student.
double is
and
saying that.
whatever is there
We
in the
have to
old
do it
format,
again.
that
We
will
have
be
to
there
do
in the
it
old format, you don't have to change them. Only what you are creating now, you need to change in the right format, that is also, the problem is only migration of those lessons in which you have given this concatenation of titles.
That is easy, that we can do.
That's all we need to do. The rest or nothing can be done in this, it is all the content. only.
Like what we have to do originally, we have to.
You have to.
Correct, yeah. I mean, it's only applicable to what is already there. All the things moving forward are already going to fly. It's probably, if you look at a year's worth of content, we are not even talking about 1% of content, like a lot
But
of.
their concern is, they have some 200 lessons,
200 blocks.
even K items.
Yeah. Because, on Tuesday,
No, but-
we
but-
went, she changed the whole thing, she's making now each lesson into, many more.
The slides.
Which anyway, see, that
Sometimes
reorganization,
one block might
that
have only one
reorganization cannot be automated because the logic of reorganization is not known. That anyway is something that we need to
Yeah.
discuss.
human interaction.
How many lessons are you talking about?
We are talking
Exactly.
about, we start from.
So,
day
Gayatri ji, that's where, if you need help with, if there are a lot of lessons, let's just distribute it amongst ourselves. And we can,
Everybody does 3, 4.
Yeah, everybody can take like 5
Somebody
lessons
trains us
and
how
just
to
to
do
do
it.
it quickly. That way, one good thing will be that everybody will use our software. Yeah. No, that's very important. Everybody will use our software.
No, everybody will understand the pain that you're going.
Yeah. He knows it, how to- that's it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Everybody will
It's not a bug. It's my God, Vijay, you can be so much better than me.
Okay, so do we have an agreement then?
What
That- Are we on the same page? Okay, so the same page is, we're gonna release this change into production.
Correct.
So now what is the earliest we can release this into production? I'm not talking about development anymore. When can this hierarchy change come into production?
Yeah, so see, TeachMate UI change will go into dev tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm giving a stretch goal because I don't want anything. Today also we are busy, tomorrow also we are busy. But we will
No,
go
but
into
tomorrow
dev.
you will come in there.
Exactly, so let's
It should be
say,
say Monday.
yeah, Monday, let's say Monday. Okay, so UI change will go in on Monday, test it out. If everything works fine, all the migration being done,
I think
let
what
it go
not
out
today,
on
we need
Wednesday.
UNEG to find the thing.
Yeah.
Tell us the thing,
Yeah.
we change it,
Correct.
so it will take at least Tuesday, if you give on Monday.
Monday, it will Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday, she will have to,
Correct.
Monday, Tuesday, she has to test.
Hmm.
So
Once
you
we-
will release it into dev now. Which dev, G? Are you going to release it into the dot guru dev or the dot act dev?
Now we can move it to down there.
So can we for technical purposes assume that dot guru is no more going to be used?
3 days more,
Okay,
until it is moved in.
Sure, no problem.
Once it is done, we will always start using dev.
Whatever releases that Double G is doing now,
हाँ.
are they all coming into adapt app?
There will, एक मिनट, हाँ, Firebase का भी shift होता है ना?
होता है अभी हो गया है
Firebase dev भी
हो गया है but the URL correct me is still some vague URL is coming we are not still using the dev dot teachmate dot whisky dot
कल मैंने ग्रुप में डाला है
तो okay so अभी
Yeah, can you once write all the URLs, let's
let's see it on the
let's
screen
see on
now.
the screen here,
Yeah,
so that we all know is that okay or not.
yeah. So now dev dot teachmate
Meantime, Tushar has joined, Vijay.
Namaste Tushar ji. Can you hear us?
Yeah, hello, namaste everyone.
Namaste. So we have the entire team here along with Dhavalji and days we meet and we discuss various design topics and understand priorities, so on and so forth. More than anything, we have a lot of good food. So that's the purpose of
That's the friendship.
So this Saturday you are missing out, but maybe hopefully from next Saturday he can also join. Are you in Bangalore, Tushar ji?
Yeah, currently I'm in Bangalore.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Tushar ji, tomorrow we are meeting for a get together. Double G will share the information and then depending upon your availability, please do join us.
Yeah, sure, sir. I will.
Yeah. Okay, so can everybody see dev.teachmate.biscuits.app is a development.
Yeah.
You have to turn off your mic also. You.
नहीं ये नहीं है हाँ okay you also give all the
Oh, okay, so now these are the proper dev environments for us. Okay,
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Right?
Hmm.
Whatever production URL
Just dev dot.
prefix with the dev.
oh okay nice.
So nice.
Congratulations. So,
Lots
And
of
Pratibha
confusion,
also.
not one.
Pratibha ji, congratulations. And then the APIs are same dev dot
Can
API.
you also show the APIs?
So for example, now dev dot API dot teachmate
No. Dev dot
API dot biscuits dot app.
biscuits dot app. That's all for student lead.
Okay.
Slash. Right?
Cannot get.
No, ये नहीं.
Huh?
आपने नहीं.
Oh, underscore health.
Slash underscore help.
So
This
this
is
is
the
the student me.
Yeah.
Teach me.
So that is student made API layer there. That is the. So what they have done is for student made they have given directly underscore. Now slash teachmate slash help. That is teachmate.
nice.
What I was thinking, should we change teachmate also this thing, but they have.
I would, I mean, if it's very easy, it's like dev.teachmate.api or
No. This is fine.
dev.api.teachmate.
Teachmate, it doesn't matter because it's all backend.
Hmm.
The reason they have kept dev API with kids.app only for student made is that is what outside people will start looking at. No, that is a server you will be in the student made. So the slash.
What Shruti is saying is people will look into the UI URLs. So UI URLs are like how you said dev.studentsmate.biscuits.app, then dev.teachmate.biscuits.app. Whereas the API URLs are not publicly exposed. So he's saying, can we go with it?
Okay.
They're not publicly exposed.
I mean, I'm saying from a namespacing perspective, they will be publicly exposed anyways because, apps are using it in UI. So, what will happen down the line is if everybody is just segregated by a slash.
So app slash student made कर सकते हैं?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying slash student. I'm saying dev dot API dot student meet dot whiskits dot app is the student meet API.
That is
And
different.
teachmate dot whiskits dot app.
Domain is handled by GoDaddy level. Right?
Hmm.
This is at a different level.
So your server is just one, is it? API server is, oh, then I don't want to meddle.
Single gateway.
Okay, it's a single-
But you can have the this routing you can do. Like how you done the teach me. You can do for the
Like
front
that,
end.
you can have a
So I think
student
that
house.
this namespacing strategy.
Mhm.
See, if the namespacing
You
strategy for you,
show the teachmate.
yeah, I'm showing that only.
No, you are showing the.
Vijayji,
Not teachmate.
you have only created
teachmate.
Firebase this one,
Instead
no?
of two is teach.
No, UI is okay, Pratibha ji. People
You
are
have
not about
created
UI.
and that is what we have used. If you change it, it will get changed.
Ilama, the issue is not of the UI.
Then
Double G,
URL is it?
double G is suggesting about the API URL.
API URL.
So, yeah, so the foldering convention is possible. For
Hmm.
example,
Okay.
dev.api.biscuits.app slash studentmate underscore help
Okay.
slash teachmate underscore help.
Mhm.
So shall you want?
I don't want it particularly. I'm just, you know, I mean, obviously Opmate will have slash Opmate and all.
Yeah.
So then
So
it
going
becomes
forward,
very unambiguous.
so just to be clear, what we can do, Karniji, is
Hmm.
default is also student mate. Student mate also slash student mate underscore help. So that way, see, in terms of the setup, right?
Hmm.
There is a default folder. What should it point to? For now, they've chosen the default as student mate.
Got it.
That's how they've done it.
Got it.
Yeah. So for the time being, I feel,
We are okay, like, we like.
I don't have any concerns with the current.
and as newer applications come, newer MSs come, they will have those folders. Op mate, student, parent mate, mentor mate, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay, super. So this is okay.
Yeah.
So now whatever the dev changes of the hierarchy will be available in the dev.api from your side, right? And whatever the UI changes of the hierarchy after teachmate and student mate will be in the dev.
After they are tested by Ashwini. Because we don't want to keep changing the thing.
No. This is where she will test now. Dev dot student mate is where she will test.
No, the problem is, all the, PRI process and all that, we have not yet set up on the, biscuits.app yet. We have to do it. Right now, the process is only running on the biscuits.group.
Uh.
I need to replicate that in,
You mean the pipeline, the GitHub pipeline?
GitHub. That I need to do that.
Ashwini ji is saying that somebody let her in.
Into what? Zoom.
No, I think she is
So,
a gate.
we will do that on dev. By Wednesday, it will be available on dev. Okay, but testing, because by the time while I'm doing it, testing will get blocked. Well, let us first test on the current thing only for next 2 days, because now he's finished, we have finished. So it is only her to start testing. Let us test on the old one only. Meanwhile, we will work on that thing. And
So for this next 2 to 3 days, you wanted to test in the older dev.
Correct.
.guru dev.
not do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, all her bugs also we can do, and then once a month we'll put it into dev production. And then finally one smoke test there, and then we'll move into production.
Okay. Yeah. So
And
which means that
for
say after Saturday, next Saturday, ideally we can decommission the .guru.
Yes, that's the goal,
That's the goal. Okay.
because we have anyway, it's running out of
Yeah.
fuel.
Yeah. No, right now we are consuming in both the sides. That's why.
We are consuming both, yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
And one more short thing I wanted to quickly run by.
Of course, right now they're starting so that on the app side, it is not much. We're not so much using, only when we want, we are starting.
But the VMs are monthly.
VMs are empty.
The Postgres VM is monthly. And
But in any case, 1 week, we will shoot.
that's okay, that's okay. No, it's not a big deal. Just that, I wanted to know, yeah.
There will be small things which we won't see. Suddenly, if you go to production, it will get stuck.
Yeah,
I mean,
the dot
data,
after.
something we have not done.
Yeah.
Then by the time we search it, it will be a problem.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if this is running, I can compare it.
Okay, so are you now comfortable in setting up the dev environment?
लेकिन मुझे कुछ जैसे GoDaddy है, Firebase है, इनपे access अभी access नहीं है मेरे पास, तो ये उनके साथ setup किया, हम लोगों ने साथ में किया तो setup हुआ.
See, what they are saying is they know how they are doing,
Hmm.
but they are not able to do everything on their own
Hmm.
because they don't have access.
Hmm.
So we need to set up that access. I'm not.
No, where is the issue? My question is, if it is an access issue, then you should probably just prompt them, because Kiran must be able to set up that access based on their IDs, no?
Unless they have wanted you to tell. I will tell them.
Okay.
Because I was not in the picture at all.
Okay.
So just tell them once and.
Yeah.
एक फोल्डर वो बना के जैसे
Yeah.
डेव वर्क बनाया, आप हमें दे दीजिए,
Yeah.
एक्सेस दे दीजिए, ताकि फिर से एक बार अब सेटअप कर दें, 2 से 3 दिन में कॉन्फिडेंस भी आ जाएगा और जहां प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही थी वो भी पता लग जाएगा.
So what access is still missing? Can you make a list of it and send it?
रोल्स की इशू आ जाता है कई बार कि
So now what more is needed? Can you make a list of it and send it? क्या अभी चाहिए?
हाँ.
अगर आप बेचेंगे तो I'll work with Kiran and set it up. Okay. Great. Shall we move?
Yeah. One last thing with respect to the next set of things. After that, I also have one discussion whenever we want to have with respect to agent meet. So that's also there, but that we will do at last. I want everything else, whatever you want to discuss to be discussed.
Vijay, Vijay asked me to discuss with Vijay and Shravani about the hybrid thing, whether it should be separate or inside.
Yeah. We can discuss that.
If that is not a priority, we can do it next Saturday also.
I don't mind either case, Vijay ji, that's your call.
Ashwini ji, is she? Oh, she
She's
is.
the-
Let her come, and if she decides that it's a priority, we can discuss.
Okay.
There you go. Think of the divine and Ashwini ji are here. Yeah.
I was thinking, 20 minutes back only, I was like, the date only for September. She's saying you should have thought about me 10 minutes
No, why didn't you call one of us?
Then I called her, no, it was decision. Then I didn't want to interrupt the meeting and say.
Hey, come on, doesn't matter.
Then I.
You are never interrupting.
Yeah.
You are the customer.
You-
are the whole purpose for which.
Yeah. Without you, none of us have any work. You are the bug finder.
Without her, customer is out, being customer is.
That is first level.
I
Next
didn't
level
do
work
that.
is given by you.
I
You are
did
Annadatta.
to 0 level customer, like tip.
Without you, all of us will be worthless.
PTA meeting was there. She also came for the PTA meeting, but she said she'll attend online event. Okay. PTA meeting first.
Ashwini ji, can we discuss the iLead topic next Saturday? Can it
You're
wait?
delaying so much.
No, asking.
I came all the way for that one.
Okay, let's have that discussion.
They are very good at all this.
Um,
All of this is your training.
Yeah, I said, it's left Ashwini, that's all. Work is pending, Vijay ji, our customers are asking, Kanti is asking, everybody is asking.
Okay.
They know how to push in.
Yes,
Now we have to teach them how to push outward.
Some unknown people called customers are used always.
we need to find better strategies.
Then people are asking, don't know about those people.
Usually in project meetings, we use those who are missing, no? Their name. That fellow said he wanted and that.
No.
So that's how we.
There is a nice joke in Gujarat, okay, that they all the time tell. There is a group of friends, and there is in that group there is a one simple innocent friend, okay, very simple innocent guy, doesn't have much understanding of anything. And whenever everybody is at fault, they will take that simple guy with him. And then put him in the front. So everybody will be like, what did he do? What did he do? So teacher, once, these guys bunked and all, teacher called them. So they took the simple guy with him. Okay. And obviously the group said, okay, go ahead and talk to the teacher. Teacher, without even asking first, 4 or 5 is like that only. Then all of that guy saying, what did I do? What did I do? So, customer or some sort of those things are always good.
We are getting slapped. What double is saying?
You asked the wrong question.
What is the right?
Wrong question, can you take it next Saturday?
Huh.
That was the wrong question you asked me.
So what question should I have asked? What question should we do now? Should we do now?
Or if you have told me I came all the way.
No, just asking. Just to prioritize, there are other topics. Huh. So is it okay? So we'll spend some
5 minutes or 10
some 10-15 minutes and then because we have time till 2 o'clock. 2 is when we will stop, including the lunch. Yeah.
Excluding the lunch, no? Okay. Guruji has to, 1 o'clock alarms will start ringing. No, Guruji also has to join me outside.
When do we have to start from here? 2:30, 2:45?
Guruji said 2:40.
2:45 from the SFP.
Yeah.
Most time boys are early, you said.
We have to go a little bit early.
They want to go.
Between now and little bit after you finish this, you require another half an hour. You have to again.
Yeah.
You have to go early, right? But we can't say.
Yeah, we can discuss.
So okay, Ashwini ji,
Yeah.
higher priority.
Last thing with respect to teachmate, and then we can start this discussion. Okay, can you just
Stop.
These are the important I wanted to know,
No.
because subtopic thing and all. What if people have changed, the things are.
I
No, it is done now.
At this thing, I tested something or is happening. Unless you are doing production.
am sharing.
Content from one, the other chapter is coming into this chapter. There are 2 chapters. One is Bhagavad Gita, not in production, not in production. There is Bhagavad Gita and there is ID module. Bhagavad Gita had some 4 lessons, 2 lessons, ID had some 4 lessons. Yesterday I'm saying ID 10 lessons, all have come into Bhagavad Gita. And it says Bhagavad Gita has 6 lessons, ID has 0 lessons. Jeji, your Bhagavad Gita lessons are getting scattered.
Getting everywhere. They're dumping.
It's getting everything.
Everywhere.
Can I
I think that
yes, sharing that spotlight?
These changes here. But you are only to blend. Platform.
I don't know if there is.
Wow. Ashwini ji has learned the art of.
The one it's showing.
Editing correct, but it's not showing here somehow.
Have you?
Yeah, we are getting it. Vijay ji, on Zoom, we are getting it, what is showing.
I am also on Zoom only.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So see, I agree and acknowledge that these are harder interfaces. And what can we do for teachers? And what is the vision for teachers actually to make things simpler? Okay, and if we have that vision, it will be very easy to understand what we want to offer in future. Okay, you know how Volvo delivers a bus to the customer? Have you ever seen a Volvo bus being delivered to a customer?
Yeah. They give the key to the driver.
This is what is delivered to the customer. What is this? What can you make out of this? What can you make out of this?
These are same one.
They have to build it.
They have to.
These
Customizable.
are all the components without which,
There was some answer from Pratibha ji also.
yes,
What is that?
Pratibha,
Customizable.
customer,
Customizable.
customizable, yes, that is one, customizable. Second,
Without this, bus will not work. This is the most important thing. This is the raw
The
material.
basic.
this is the crux of the bus. Without this, the bus is not.
This is how they do.
This is how they do. If you, I mean, I've seen this being, driver is sitting on this seat, he is going on the road, and I'm like, what is this? Then, I realize this is actually a bus being delivered. Okay. So this is one, obviously Volvo does not want to get involved into how people want their interiors and how people want their things and all. But at the same time, they want complete ensuring that the critical components of bus are delivered. So this is the chassis of the bus. Okay, it's not very easy to use. Obviously. Okay, it is not protecting the customers against weather,
But somebody can drive it.
but it is a drivable piece of thing. Okay, and it takes care of all the safety related things that a bus is supposed to have. This is the first piece of work that it gets delivered. Okay, and this leaves a lot of room for customization, additional building, etc. So this is what our initial focus and priority was.
This is our teaching.
This is our team. Honestly,
So next time if Madhuri has a problem, you show up.
What was
You ask the same thing.
Yeah,
Do you know how Volvo delivers?
Before she asked, I'll start this presentation.
this is our honestly, this is our teaching.
And then
Now,
you understand that Teachmate is much better than what they
Yeah. This is the second layer. Okay, this is the second layer where frame comes into picture, where you have the next phase where everything else can be built.
No, man.
Okay, so this is the frame on top of the chassis. Second level of enhancement. Progressive enhancement is what this approach is. Last one is called coach. Okay, so this is the coach. So when we have to understand the scope at which we are. Okay, we are at this scope and this scope right now, where we are ensuring a lot of things related to safety, related to durability, reliability, things like that. Okay, the moment we are in this scope is the moment we will also be ensuring a lot of customer ease. Okay, for that scope, we will be adding blob storage, which will enable direct enabling of image uploads. Okay, for that scope, we are going to add agentic capabilities within Teachmate. The paradigm that UI is going towards, if you see the console management, GCP, Google Cloud Console Management, or Amazon AWS Console Management, consoles are very hard to use, even by developers. Developers don't like to use it. Okay, so how have they simplified this system? On top of this, they will have a small agent going here. Okay, agent asks, what do you want to create today? Okay, you say a lesson. It asks which subject. Okay, it says, you say science. It asks which topic.
This is what teachers.
Okay, 1, this topic. 2, this topic. You say 2, which subtopic. Okay, so both are presented together at the same time. They will see both of the things. Okay, if they feel that they are comfortable enough with the UI, they can directly work with the UI. If they are not, then the agent is there to help them. An agent will take actions for them within the scope of what our system is doing. So we say this subtopic. It says upload the file. Okay, we will upload the file. It will not store that file. It will process the file and it will create a lesson out of that file.
So what is this file? This is like a
It can be a doc file.
raw.
It can be a raw file. It can be a Google Docs link. Okay, because our application is having the chassis right now, we can have an agent drive that. We can have an agent do the work for them because we have the raw capabilities in the system. this is where all the consoles are going. This is called a console interface. Okay, AWS console, if you see, it asks, what kind of storage system do you want to do? What kind of solution do you want to do? Okay, and it interacts with the customer. And customers drive that and it keeps on creating the solutions for them within the scope of this UI. So this is the balance and merge of both agentic approach as well as the static UI approach, which will simplify a lot of things for them. But it needs this kind of back support for it to work. Okay, it is absolutely easy to have this facility. I mean, this lesson generation capability, I was able to code in 30 minutes only because we have everything else in place. Without everything else in place, we could not build that lesson generation capability in that amount of time. Now, agent, what it all has to do is, use different capabilities of the system, call different APIs, call different parts of the UI, and get things done. That's all. Very simple. Teacher will not have to worry too much probably about uploading and splitting and doing this and doing that. Once we have blob storage, once we have that, I think blob storage is all we are pending on. It is not a distant thought to just have a UI only agent or a simple agent which does all the things for teachers.
The TeachMate agent will be called directly.
Madhurya.
Yeah. So it's very simple. Actually, if you see, and that's only because of the hard work we have done in this part. Without this part, that magic cannot come. It looks like magic, but actually still the UI and backend is doing all the work. But the interface is simplified.
It's that like the unchanging I, you can never change.
Okay, if you see Quizlet and all, they have adopted this approach. They allow you to upload the file.
Customize the box.
So this will be easily possible. Okay, we are not against that kind of an approach at all. It will be easily possible in future. Yeah, that's all.
I like the Volvo.
Yeah.
Like a
But
well,
1 minute, the screen. Is there any reason why you put that, go back? You just know what that lesson. Status level, subject, topic, that subtopic is not there.
This is my local. So
he's not yet. He said no, by Monday is when he will have this ready.
Status.
Oh, okay. That filter will not have a subtopic filter.
I want to, not worry too much about individual filters all the time because we want to encourage searching from here itself. See, I type anything here and it directly gets selected. Otherwise, the level for subtopic selection will be select subject, select topic, select subtopic, all those things. Here you directly type the name of the say, for example, it's a free text search.
You want everything under a particular subtopic. Even the topic field only can have that //
So here, if I say testing subtopics, it is supposed to eventually just directly.
Right? Okay, yeah, that reminds me, should we have tags? We remember first when we said L6, then S5, T2, ST5, L7, like that, a topic for a tag for every traceable item. The discussion we had.
So when we go for the next level of discussion where we wanted to see whether we can bring a flexible taxonomy approach. In that context, let us discuss this. Because right now, better to just simply go with this structure approach.
So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Our thought process also is step one.
Yeah.
Vijayji, I got all Rajasthani sweets.
Oh, for you. But he had brought something else also, no?
Yeah.
That only that day only got me.
But I know.
he was feeling, yo, it got over so quickly and that.
Yes.
That you didn't get. That you don't even know what it is.
That was more.
You can plan a trip to Rajasthan only.
Okay.
That red one was very good, which I know.
एक बस आने वाले हैं.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll switch
okay.
the gear to iLead.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we,
Discuss one.
no, let's have an internal discussion and then with Guruji we can discuss again. So the question is, do we need a separate instance of say TeachMate and the StudentMate for all the iLead and other related content? Or should we use the same instance?
No, that is not separate instance of TeachMate or StudentMate. The thing is, because we'll be selling it as a separate product tomorrow to schools and everything. Should that be a separate instance of, should iLead itself be a separate instance?
See, when we use that word, there are 2-3 ways of dealing with it. One is, let's say right now we have a Gurukula, and under the Gurukula, the content is made visible.
Yeah.
As far as our system is concerned, it can simply have any content, and you can group it in any way. It can be visible only to this Gurukula, like that we can say. So we can have a Gurukula called iLead Gurukula.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Maybe, like,
in the same TeachMate, StudentMate dot whatever biscuit data, you can see only one Gurukula called as iLead Gurukula as an example. If let's say you log in as somebody XYZ, so that is one way of organizing. Okay, so what happened?
I'm just asking, more if you sell it to a school, is it easy or not? Because over a period of time, you want to design the product in such a way that we will be selling it. So
True.
then is it feasible or not? That's all. If you think that is this current existing label support that.
We can see the thing is, once we choose a path, we can support. For example, one path is we have another instance of StudentMate, which let's say we call it as iLead StudentMate.
Right.
No, iLead Gurukula is the existing StudentMate. So 2 distinct models. You can rub this out.
Yeah, but the diagram with table and is not the bright. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it properly.
See, the red model is we currently have studentmate.bizkids.app, right? The red model is you will have 2 Gurukulas right now, RR Nagar Gurukula and iLead Gurukula. And as the new Gurukulas come, they will get added. This is model number 1. Then there is another model, which is let's say 2. In this, what happens is you will continue to have studentmate.bizkids.app. In addition to that, you will have iLead.bizkids.app, in which only iLead content appears. This is, they'll have a separate URL itself. And how do we behind the scenes support that? Is maybe by running another instance of our microservices, another instance of the UI, all that. So then what happens, for example, for our Diya Disha, we'll have to figure out how they can seamlessly go from here to here without having to re-log in. And then, when we go to some schools where they say we want only iLead, they'll only be given access to this. So this model, the red and the blue model, will create some confusion in terms of our own management. But in terms of the end user, very simple. StudentMate, all our Gurukula students will go to studentmate.bizkids.app. All non-Gurukula students will go to iLead.bizkids.app. That's the way they will organize it, right? So, do you have a preference? Do you have a opinion? Does this room have an opinion?
This means that we are maintaining 2 different versions, 2 different databases, and 2 different set of people to manage this and that.
Yes and no. No, because what we can do is we can still have this new URL, but our front end can extract that URL and use that to change the content. So that is how we will probably initially deploy until volume really becomes high. The question is really whether even for our non-Gurukula students, should we expose student-made.biscuits.app URL?
I want to even take a step back in that way.
Yeah.
And see if they have an alternate solution proposal in mind.
Who are they?
Ashwini ji and Gayatri ji.
Can I talk something about this? Vijay ji, can I say something?
Because I want.
One minute, Pratibha ji, one minute, ji. Your voice is not very clearly audible. Let's see how we can. Is there enough?
Yeah. And Ashwin, hi.
Can you speak now, Pratibha ji?
When you told a different Gurukula called as I Lead Gurukula, and then teachers related to the subjects and whatever that I lead subjects and towards that I Lead Gurukula itself. That is a better way because we need not change anything in the UI or on the back end or anything. That is a better way to do. And the student logins will be according to the Gurukula itself. So students will not be, will not be able to see any of the other whatever that is there.
Yeah, but
So
they
that
have
should be a best way.
But one thing, let's not descend from student mate and teach mate. Okay, I want to go one level above than that. Then it limits us to the vision of teach mate and student mate. Just for the sake of discussion and just for the sake of a fresh perspective, let's descend from a completely fresh state of mind.
Ashwini ji and Gayatri ji. This is
But
important.
the arrow is coming on to you.
Okay, let's listen from a very fresh state of mind, not even student mate and teach mate. Let's listen from what really you want and what is really your vision with I lead delivery. Let's listen from them. Like, let's not even assume that there is student mate and teach mate, because I want to get that fresh perspective of how you would approach building the system and what we can benefit from that.
So I lead will grow into in coming
I lead
not a paid course, separate paid course. First thing, what she said, it is a separate paid course for outsiders. Second thing, it will grow. Third thing, we can sell it as a package to schools, or students can come and subscribe to it, not a part of a school, and they can learn. So there are many possibilities how IELTS will be taken to the market outside.
Okay.
Some organizations actually buy our product. Some organization might.
But are you seeing that working something similar to Gurukula working, or there are some other kind of structural approaches inside? For example, right now in Gurukula, you have subjects, topics, you have somebody putting the lesson, somebody taking it in some order. What is the kind of internal operations you are seeing in IELTS?
No, we were told that the structure cannot be changed. So whatever content.
That's not what he's saying. He's saying exactly that. If you are given freedom, what you want.
Correct.
With the current circles or whatever she is having, that will fit into the structure we know. Future, how it's going to be, but it's going to grow is what we know. It will be sellable is what we know. And from many corners, not schools, it might be private students, it might be Gurukula students, it might be some adults might also take it for them. It can be part of homeschooling package, it can be part of tie-ups with school package. Many areas it will grow.
Prabhu sir was actually alluding to the same topic in
Yeah.
the same.
Three vertical lines,
Four verticals.
three vertical boxes. One is the Gurukul, one is the homeschooling, and one is the school types. These are the three things.
The fourth thing is emerging, corporate L&D.
Yeah. I did
Corporate L&D.
Yeah.
Corporate L&D, learning and development, corporates, yeah.
Yeah, so he said, trying to so and understand what we need.
So for example, imagine, one of our course is subscribed by, say, Amazon, for example.
It's a course, supposing.
Yeah. or say some leadership training like that. Or they want to host their content onto our platform. They like our platform. They want to host their learning and development.
That is also there, tomorrow some other Gurukula will say, please add my content to your ILET.
Correct.
Gurukula in the Rajasthan, it might say.
Correct, correct.
They want to customize it also.
That's a fifth vertical, which is, where they say, I have content, but I want your platform. That's a separate topic than one of these four verticals.
Our Gurukulas only want to put their own content. Somebody in Delhi says, I have a content which I want to put it in ILET Gurukula. They are our Gurukula only, Delhi Gurukula. Suppose. That anyway we can.
That anyway is already part of it. That's how you're thinking.
Internally, we have many Gurukulas. So that's what. If you ask about content structure, we don't know right now. But this is how it will
No,
go.
the question, I don't think, we can decide this
Yes.
from a content viewpoint. It's not a content discussion at all. It is primarily from a
Separate or
tech
merge.
operations viewpoint. Do we feel that, each vertical has to have its own platform? Or do we say single platform supports verticals? Let's first do that broad thinking.
Yeah. In terms of scale, it's a pros and cons discussion. I would not say it is right or wrong discussion as much as it is a pros and cons discussion. One con of a single platform serving a lot of vertical is that then the platform becomes a bottleneck.
Yeah.
So then that means any changes that you want will come to the platform.
And it has to fit for all.
It has to fit for all.
Somewhere it will become one shoe for all.
Yeah, and we have to try and ensure that we keep on being right for a lot of different kind of approaches, which is a difficult situation. So that is a con. Pro is that we are going to be able to reuse this platform. Okay. So alternative is some other platform which comes with its own pros and cons. Con is that it has to be built, or it has to be purposed from something.
If the assumption is, okay, whatever the core that we have, we have to make let's say, some kind of a bet. For example, if somebody external comes and asks the question, hey, why have we built all these speech mesh student mesh? Could you not have deployed it on, say, Google Classroom or edX, any of those existing things? Like, why? What is the answer? Why are we doing this? What is our
idea for growing improvement? That's what we are seeing.
Our
I
content
understand.
customize.
meaning what?
This student, this classroom does not, whatever we want, it is not giving. That's why we build. Right?
But let's say you could have taken edX, you could have taken, there are so many thousands of open source LMS. What is the reason why we are purpose building it?
What is the right answer?
Again, it is not about one right answer, but
Pros and cons.
one of the core reason is, see, existing platforms, they're all built with the traditional workflow in the mind,
Architecture.
right? Traditional learning architecture. We fundamentally are from ground up redesigning the learning architecture. We are not building the application, it's a new way of learning. Whereas in the world that today you have students who are learning directly from some AI, how should that system look like? So which means that for our core purpose, what is our core purpose? We want to enable learning. For that core purpose, we want to be able to streamline everything, because today I also do not know exactly what are tweaks we need to come up with. See, this lesson hierarchy is a simple example, right?
It's very unique.
It's very, kind
of unique,
right? And then, once we start integrating the AI agent, how will it work? What kind of tweaks are needed? How the lesson creation will be dynamic? All that is unknown to us. So therefore, whatever the solution that enables our core purpose is to run right now in this particular core purpose is to run the Gurukula. So the core solution that addresses that is custom built. That way, see now today all of us are very comfortable dealing with all the nouns and the verbs of this system. If let's say similarly, if you have taken edX, maybe our learning or our knowledge or our skill may not be as high as this. Today, you can go to the atomic unit and modify it. Whereas there, you won't have all this capability, right? So that's the reason why we are doing a purpose-built system. Now, if you take that logic into this new vertical, I lead vertical, are we going to operate in a similar way? I do not have an answer yet.
We
Right?
don't have to come to a conclusion.
Right? I don't have an answer. But the way it is evolving, it will not be simply another LMS. If it is another LMS, we can continue to host in wherever we're currently hosting. Right? So therefore, my recommendation would be that whatever core we are building here, this core has to support these four verticals. How, in what form, what is our really core? Very soon, as we go into the different experimentations, we'll be able to carve out. In any architecture like this, certain things are going to be targeted as core, which are going to support multiple use cases, and that's where the value comes. And then there are going to be these verticals that are going to be built on top of it, right? So we can adopt a similar thinking at this point of time. If we adopt that kind of a thinking, then I would say in terms of marketing, we can have that URL, but in terms of what supports that operations, is still the same underlying infra pieces, whether it's our student made, our APIs, and so on and so forth. This is one reasoning. Okay, so you can reflect on there.
So now I think having a separate API makes sense. Because we don't know how Bluetooth will actually evolve.
Yeah.
But we can begin with an identical copy of the correct thing to begin with.
Yeah.
But we have to understand that that might run its own course differently.
Yeah, so I would even say before we even shift to the blue thing is only known in the name, maybe. But we post whatever blue on the red only.
Right.
The moment it starts creating a friction,
We
is going to
have to
be
separate the
will
physical
separate.
things in the physical components away.
Yeah, so until a friction comes, don't fix something that is not broken. Until friction comes, we'll operate simply under red. That can be one way of doing it.
But the reason I want this discussion to happen, Vijay, from a very different perspective is that if we would have built a solution for IT, how would we have done it? Maybe that will also inspire some portions of our development of student made and teaching.
I think that's what we don't have an idea.
Exactly. Yeah.
I read customer spiritual things is a little bit of a subject which people don't really take.
Yeah.
You have to make it more interesting. Starting with something.
And
That is a content problem. It's a content problem. That's not a structural problem of the, whatever the pieces that we have.
No, very look, the very thing, how we.
Fair. Again, that's a content issue. That is not a underlying architecture issue. See, okay, we need to decide, is it an architectural?
I want to see how the fundamentals is.
That's not an architecture problem. He can very easily create a new theme called as ILEAD theme. That is not a problem. So, Ravi,
yeah, but yeah,
it's fundamentally a B2C
I understand,
B2C model.
Yeah.
Individual users may come.
Mm.
They may get grouped or tagged under the Gurukula
yeah,
if you want to operate this way.
yeah.
And the Gurukula is Atmajyoti Gurukula, or ILEAD Gurukula, or whatever, right? They're fundamentally there, and whatever we are saying to them.
I mean, my reason for this discussion is Vijay
Hmm.
a very different perspective. Okay. In this model, what is one of the thing is that tech is the provider and customers are the consumers. Okay. And that means that tech is the central
Designer of course.
core that has to also ensure a lot of things. Okay, what I want to get a very fresh perspective on is that, is there an application architecture or an application development process or a solutioning process in which customers can also themselves do a lot of things? For example, what will happen is that let's say it succeeds. Now, let's take an example of Chinmay Mission. Okay, Chinmay Mission Balvihar is a largely successful program. And it has, within a city, it has 10 centers. When I was in US, within a city, it has 10 centers.
You have to start
And all of the centers operate differently. All of these centers operate differently. Apart from the content that is provided to them and guidelines that are provided to them, all of them operate on their own. The only authority that Chinmay Mission wants to ensure is this is your content, these are your guidelines, you are on your own. Because that place there will be different people, that place there will be different students, that place there will be different kind of people, situations. Some are in a very large group in a school, some are in homes, some are in, ashrams, things like that. So what I want to learn from this discussion is, can there be an also element somewhere which we can take as an inspiration, even for student made and teach made, of that way of doing things?
If you think about it, our Gurukula operation is that way of doing it.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is, for example, otherwise what will happen is, everything will go through tech. Everything will have to have a particular software and a solution. Okay, what I am saying is, are they having something in their mind, or do they have some idea which is a different kind of an idea?
Who are they? Who are you?
I lead the program,
They don't have-
whatever vision you have. No, I mean, it's okay. Let's have a very open-minded discussion. Very open-minded discussion. Because it, at the end of the day, also ends up being a people problem, not just a technology problem. Anything is not just a technology problem at the end of the day. Is there something that will be able to? Technology has to be there. I will not say it's good or bad.
I'll put it in a simple term.
Yeah.
Right now, today,
Hmm.
the kind of product that we are giving to students is that there is a movie that is being made with the student can go and look at one like that we have started this. This may not be the one that is required for a spiritual seeker, right? So the way I have seen is that the whole spiritual things that we have, and even an eyelid and all, that there will be groupings, that there will be a lot of literature at one side. Then you want to study the one part of the literature for one group.
No,
One part.
ILEAD is already structured around this concept.
Similar, that is what for children.
Is very similar, there is, there are very well structured videos and there are simple videos. It's actually I would say, what we designed in Student Mate is inspired by what we did in ILEAD.
Okay, then
So from a content standpoint, that's why
then the conversation.
But one thing,
But
Let's go ahead.
but here, student made Gurukul is all going to be a physical place.
Hmm.
They're taking these lessons and activities, they're going to do it together, right?
Yeah.
Physically, but
Yeah.
ideally, it's going to be fully online, right?
Well,
If
how does
that's
it
the
make a
case,
difference?
no, what I'm saying is maybe some kind of group gatherings, like Zoom breakout rooms, those kind of things like that, they have to give the example, no? If you're doing it online, then those kind of support you will need. Where let's say you have many children across scattered somewhere.
So remember, in our Student Mate,
the tracking is going to be very different from the way we are tracking.
But even in Student Mate, if you see, there are features that we've not even spoken about, like friends get together, working with other
That
friends.
should be required.
So those kinds of features are already in place conceptually, which we have not yet gone into, right? So those kind of features will enable that use case. See, the question is not of the feature set or the content or the capability of the platform. See, when would you want to have a totally new platform? Is when the whatever the core use case with which you use the core purpose
It's different.
is different, right? If let's say today the core purpose of whatever you built, which we are calling as platform, right? Let's take about our platform team. Whatever the API that you built, it addresses various educational purposes in an AI context. That's the core purpose with which it has been built. What is the core purpose with which the user experience has been built of the Student Mate, especially consuming such a learning experience, right? So if you see those use cases, it's a similar use case. Just that the marketing approach is going to be different. It may not be clustered of Gurukula where, students are there. That only brings additional complexity of how do we recognize those users, how do we onboard them. Few more such capabilities have to come in. Otherwise, from a scaling of the existing core concepts, they scale very well into that domain. It's not a distinct domain.
I understand, Giri, but no, I mean, that is the second point of my discussion. My first point is there a solution they have in mind? Is there an approach they have in mind? And I would like to listen to it because it gives me a very different perspective of things. Like if huh?
Because I didn't think of it this way at all. I always thought ID will be part of student mix. I didn't think that it could be different at all. Now I'll have maybe probably think on those lines and come back.
Yeah, because see, I mean, we can very well accommodate anything in student meet. That is not a concern.
Anything can be built in tech.
Yeah, that is not a concern. But we don't want to be the breaking point for a progress. Okay.
I mean, now mainly that's what I asked you about Bhagavad Gita. Now they are playing those audios in the Gurukul. But they're playing it, yes. But I don't know, are the children really learning the chanting? Are they understanding that?
That's the same problem with your existing content also. That is just because you have not added content.
See, we have Madhurya Ji and others who will, right now they are actually seeing what the children have doing, are they understanding or not. They have mentors who are checking it. But when it comes to these online things, I need people who are scattered across the globe.
It's only
How
current,
do they really learn?
it's only current setup.
See, in any LMS,
Huh.
how do you ensure that the student is learning well?
No, but that's what some provision should be there. That's what I think those things you will.
No, that's the main
What
question.
it's getting at is.
That is the
you
main
can always
question.
enough the,
Ah.
see, let me
Which
bring
I can always.
add the answer.
No, they will sit there.
When you are doing LMS, no, maybe it's online. I can tell my friend to buddy up and he'll do the cheating. I'm just saying in a bad way.
I can tell ChatGPT to take the course for me.
Always there. That's always.
That is always true. Okay, so that is not a feature that we are
He
discussing.
won't be able to correct that. Cannot.
We cannot see what we want to really learn actually. Is there a different way of addressing the iLead program apart from what we are already thinking? We are already thinking of it through student meeting, which is according to our understanding in whatever way possible it is possible. But do you think there can be a different way of delivering that? Okay, which will ensure, I mean, first of all, are you having a different requirement? Yes or no? Second, if there are different requirements, are they different enough to be developed through a different app? Okay, or not? If they are different enough, see, a different app will take time. Okay, when we talk about different app, it takes the time it takes. That means we have to scale up our tech operation. There needs to be an entire platform team for iLead program. There needs to be an entire UI team for iLead program. And all these discussions will need to happen and we need to launch a solution. So one way is to either create a solution, if it is a different solution that is required. Other way is to either get a solution from outside. And if we have to get a solution, do we think there is a solution in the market which can adapt, or we can adapt to that solution and use that? I think using an external solution, if it fits to our needs and our existing solution is not fitting to our needs, is not a bad thing to do. Rather than tech team trying to address all the issues of all the potential concerns, it would not be a bad thing to do at all. Or if we think that our use case is good enough to be adapted into what we have, then we can go with what we have.
I would add one caveat here.
Yeah,
See, we have already jumped into solutioning mode,
yeah,
but what is the strategy behind the solution?
Yeah.
Meaning what? See, why are we building the model student made treatment the way it is? Because the strategy, what is the strategy? There'll be clusters of Gurukulas, there'll be students, there'll be mentors, there'll be teachers. they'll be creating content. So certain ways in which the growth is going to happen is envisaged, right? That strategy, that game plan is informing the solution in how we should conceptualize the solution, right? Is there a strategy behind the IELTS program? If so, are the strategies similar? And once when we derive the solution from that strategy, do they look similar? Then I think we can at a high level. It feels so. It feels so to me, purely individually, and also we need to reflect on it from the standpoint of business scalability. Remember, the story is not just a tech solution, right? At the end of the day, you are taking money from external investors. What is the story you're telling them? The story you're telling them is, whatever the underlying solution we're creating can scale and serve multiple use cases, right? That is how they look at it. Oh, my 10 rupees is going to address 20 things. Oh, great. I have a better chance of succeeding. If my 10 rupees only for one thing, then, he or she will have that kind of problem. So, purely at a conceptual level, therefore, to me, the growth strategy and the solution that has to go with it are tied at hip, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, before we jump into solution discussion, today I think we have stirred the pot. Though I already have an opinion, but let's.
No, I mean, what I am thinking in the process is that, Vijayji, I'm not just thinking about creating another solution and scaling up the tech team for that. I think that's totally not what we want to do, because that will be much more additional effort and cost for us. Okay, what I'm thinking is there a simpler way of addressing this situation where tech is not the bottleneck, and end users are also empowered a lot to run the program in whatever way they want. But we ensure that there are certain.
Sorry for interrupting.
Uh.
I simplify it this way, but today.
Hmm.
Again, if we go too much into the future, we also get confused. What is today? Today there is Madhurya. What is her focus? Academic content. Today we have Ashwini. What is her focus? IELTS content. But both are meant to be consumed by who? Gurukula people. Right? So today, therefore, it is simply a matter of different kind of content. Right? That is number one. How we solve. As far as IELTS for Gurukula is concerned. Now comes into the next another dimension, which is, can I take IELTS alone separately and offer it to somebody? To me, today, it is a simple matter of, yes, just create another Gurukula. And there, you allow only this content to be available. Done. Let's do the experiment. And otherwise, today, none of us have the data points to go in that direction. Usually, strategy forms after some experimentation. When you have a vision, from vision, to arrive at a strategy, it takes time. But during the intermediate juncture, you still need to experiment. And for experimentation, take a call. Let's not get into too much of analysis paralysis. So I don't think this is the right team to strategize on that.
I'm not talking.
Yeah. So here it is very simple. She needs a platform to host IELTS content. So we simply have to allow it to come onto the student page. Let's solve it like that for now. Because it needs to be consumed by our students. At the end of the day, it's another content for our students. It needs to be available to them. Whether she wants to, it's not her vision. It is Prabhu's vision that it can be taken to others. That's the conversation itself separately. For her, what is the problem? Gurukula children have to be able to consume IELTS content.
No, so
Also, one more thing now has come up with the art thing. That's not all this thing also. Right? So art course, what we are going to do is Soumya is conducting an art. So what we are going to do is we are going to make the paid art. And IELTS children will be able to, not IELTS, but anybody will be able to take up those art courses and that will come as art of IELTS only. So that will happen.
So, okay, so let's have this myopic view of Gurukula for the time being. Just
No,
correct.
it's separate thing.
No, for the time being, For training, have a myopic view of a Gurukula. For Gurukula, you need this. Higher content has to come to the Gurukula children,
That anyway you told, no, that we can do it. That is anyway, it can do it.
right?
Ah.
Even your art content has to flow. Correct? So, like how you are the IED teacher,
Art you are going to sell it to outside people.
correct, Amma. Right now, focus on the Gurukula.
Right now, we are going to.
Focus on Gurukula. You can talk about that separately.
Okay.
Focus on Gurukula. You need that content to come to the Gurukula children. How will it come to the Gurukula children? Today, the only vehicle you have is your student mail, right? So solve for that. So here,
What
why are we mixing up?
I'll give a concrete example of what I'm saying, Vijay. For example, quiz. Okay. Now, quiz creation is something we offer through our system, and usage of that is something we offer through our system. Now, that particular thing is always going to be limited by what we offer.
Correct.
Okay. Now, that means that if somebody has a different requirement,
That is, outside this myopic view, Dhavalji, what I'm saying is, I think we are mixing up two things. What are the two things we are mixing up? What we need to solve for Gurukula. What we need to solve for Gurukula, in addition to the academic content, we need the IED content to come, we need the art content to come. That's just like your academic content, one another type of content. Just like how Madhuri is responsible for academic curriculum, Ashwini ji is responsible for IED curriculum, and some other person will be responsible for art content, right?
Oh, so basically, let me clarify this by a direct question, Ashwini ji and Gayatri ji. That are we envisioning IED to be a software that we offer to other people or a system that we offer to other people?
What is the difference?
Software.
Let's say, so
I'll go with
It's not like a product.
And that part like that really goes on.
You can get a fresh part engine. You can have like a fresh. It got built up and sold this. But now the context is okay.
Let's say that was separate.
I wanted to say what kind of a story.
You are getting only. That was good, but it's not getting. I have an art content.
And
But
eventually
everything, whatever. But you have to agency correct myopic view of Gurukula. We do the massage how we pick up. The subtopic you can't change. Very myopic. You have to massage all because the new lectures are different. So this discussion cannot be a new.
So what you're saying is let the discussion be about IED.
I live for group
For
whatever they call it something.
that's what I think that is where
I guess that's why if you bring all these topics mixed up, we will have a totally unwarranted conversation. Let's not mix up here. Ashwini ji, art content
This topic, see, I had this clarity that we will have IED as part
part of this, no?
Right.
Why are we having that conversation? For who are we having that conversation? Who is the end consumer of that IED content?
Many people.
Not many people, Amma. Today there are not many people. Today you solve for Gurukula.
We want to, because you are saying we will not again change the anything here. Many things are not changeable. And take a bigger view before you decide.
Answer this question, simple question, Amma. Today, who are you when you get this IED solution? Who are your initial consumers?
First is Gurukula, second is Purna Chetna. We are selling it to Purna Chetna.
Hold on. First is Gurukula, no? How is your Gurukula children going to consume the content? Through student made, right? You anyway need to solve that for Gurukula, right? So first you focus on that because that is your immediate problem.
Let's try this for some time, see how it works. It's
Because
not like that, yeah, that is what is happening with these people. Some problem things change.
I mean,
You can't change the
discussion I had
technology.
with Guruji is that he wanted us to have that discussion of how to conceptualize the IED product.
That's a separate conversation. Let's not have that conversation here. Now,
Okay, we have
because,
separate.
see, today we need to solve the Gurukula. Now, Gurukula is very clear, right? We need to make it appear through student made. Very simple.
Okay, so we'll just go with the self-development card which we have right now, that will open up the ideal content for Gurukula.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Gurukula, like how you're setting up the academic content, Ashwini, he can set up the iLead content, right? So that is
The card name should be like ideal income instead of.
that we can discuss. That is a separate conversation between Ashwini ji and Dhaval ji that you can decide. It's in the
So it will be inside student.
inside student made, it's another subject because remember what Guruji said, teams, right? It is nothing but S, self-development. Under self-development, it will appear.
Yes.
Simple. That problem is solved. If we take that approach. Then comes the, okay, how do we take iLead as a product? That conversation, let's have a fresh mind and separate discussion. Let's not mix it up here. This group is not meant for that. This group is
Agreed.
solving for Gurukula.
Agreed.
Right? Yeah.
Basically, you're converting into a subject, whatever they are saying,
Ah.
a subject, I know, but keep it simple for now.
Yeah.
That's yet another, apart from the 4 subjects or 5 subjects in curriculum, art is another subject.
Subject.
Similarly, anything as iLead is also, let's call it a
Correct.
subject.
Correct. That will take care of the current need.
Yes,
But this is a future, this is a separate conversation that she is involved in.
futuristic.
That we should have a separate focused discussion.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay.
Yeah.
10-9 I will start cooking.
So you start organizing the way currently Teach Mate and Student Mate offers you. There, if you feel that there is some feature related friction you are seeing, bring it up and then we can discuss that, right? So that way, the next, let's say 2 months at least, focus is on ensuring that it gets adopted by our Gurukula children. Enough? Is it agreeable? Okay. Shravanji? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Ji.
But when we take it off,
But that's like I did, it's another.
What I asked about that, what was the lesson missing in Bhagavad Gita? It's such a.
I'm sure.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ashwini ji. But we can take separate.
Yeah, we can take.
Huh? So now it is 1:20. We need at least some 15-20 minutes for Raju sir.
Yeah.
Raju sir, shall I?
I've sent you, okay.
That document, shall I share it on the screen?
Yeah. I just sent you just now one email I just sent to see, otherwise I'll just open my laptop here. In our data intel.
Which one you want in the Intel group?
Data intel, there's a PPT.
This one, Ji?
No, the
V1?
PPT, the PPT. PPT is there.
Yeah,
First one.
this one, Ji?
Ah.
The V1.
The second one is a HTML file. How will you open it?
I will have to download and open. But anyway, this is what you want.
Yeah,
to
this
do.
we can. So I just put some high level thoughts.
1 minute, Ji. 1 minute, Ji. Let me share it on the screen so that others who are online can also see it. Okay.
So the context is that, or rather the initial statement given by Prabhuji as well as even you, that will concentrate only on 1 or 2 entities. When we say entities, are customers or consumers. I think the main 2 customers are student is the most important customer, followed by teacher. The other customers who are there like a management or principal or mentors, parents, they are the other customers so called. But for these 2 main customers, let's see like a bird's eye view, a few things from intelligence point of view. That was the requirement given to us. So with that, let's move forward. I've made very short few slides. So one of the things for students, or rather when we zoom down to straight away to the real context, I didn't want to beat around the bush and all that. The key insights for students are as soon as he's onboarded into the system. As a student, I'm worried how many lessons I have to study, what is pending, which chapter, which lesson. It's not typical student mentality. And he needs to be able to see in terms of a plan also, number 1, Number two, later on, let's say he has gone through the system, submitting assignments, activities, answering questions and all that. Obviously, he needs to know where is, what is the score and those things. Obviously, all those elements come into play. So I just try to, look at maybe 5-10 important insights. So I thought these are the 10 main points of view that student is very, very important. Like he is very important. It should be very important for him. For example, how much I am, like, what is my course progress? Suppose in the course, 5 subjects, I'm only 10% in English and 20% in mathematics or whatever. He needs to show some metric like that. I just made up some terms like that. So progress is one of them. Then day wise, how is my completion in my day? How am I doing? Either at the aggregated level, overall, let's say it's a 80-day program. In one semester, you'll have 88 working days. So I assume some things like that. Right, one semester will have about 80 odd days, right? And then week on week, there'll be something. So let's say he has gone through 50% of the semester. Then he needs to know how far he's doing on the day wise. Let's say the day 1 and 10 he did beautifully, right? But let's say day 20 he's hardly done anything because he went on a vacation. So therefore, if he knows at a day wise level as well as aggregated level, so I got to thinking in small directions as well as aggregated directions. That is the culmination of that. All those points that I've written, as a result of that, I've written. So for example, backlog is one important activity as a parent or anybody student should know. Similarly, how is he doing on scores? Things like that I put. Okay, now let's go to the second one. We'll come to that. I made it graphical after that. Yeah.
Okay. So what is being
Anything you want to add,
presented?
sir?
No, what is being presented is clear to everyone, no?
Students inside, this view is good, but it is more.
What is
more
heat
as
map?
Parents view.
Only 1 minute, Pratibhaji, sorry.
Okay, you feel it's parent,
Little more parent view is what the student would like to see. How much score he got? No, well, that is one of the things. How much score he's got, and where I need more help.
Yes.
How many times I have asked more questions to where exactly is my difficulty lying? So one of the things which is good is that heat map, the activity completion heat map. That is a spatial view.
It is.
A time aspect of how much effort had to go into each of the
Yes.
effort map. Something like that was also.
Effort map, yeah. So just bear with me, you will just go through. I have made out of this, you can easily make a HTML file. So this was one. Let's go to teachers. Yeah, similarly. So from a teacher angle, the teacher is very, very important. Teachers' main concerns are, okay, I have the plan for 88 days. Maybe those 88 days is only 40 lessons, right? It won't be like 88 days, you'll be having 88 lessons. It's never like that. You'll probably have only, my guess is that only half of the time she'll be doing lessons. And remaining time she'll be actually doing assignments, feedback, tons of work for a teacher. So therefore, I thought completion is very important from student by student, by the way. It may be one aggregated level, oh, there are 50 students in my class, and what is the completion rate? Obviously, theoretically, it should be 100%, but it will never be 100% at aggregated level for all the 50 students. So student by student, she needs to, or she can see. Please pause me or stop me whenever you need. That was one way of thinking. The second thing is backlog. If I'm having a backlog, like for the student, oh, these students are having backlog. Or if teacher is herself or himself is responsible for, teacher students are ahead. He needs to know his backlog also, right?
Right.
He has probably taught all those lessons, but 80% of the students are not completed and obviously the backlog is far more than just a backlog. So backlog has to be thought about in a different way, but still I put something there. Backlog report per student. Similarly, completions of quizzes, what are the scores? It could be both at the granular level as well as aggregated level. Then timelines, timeliness. Teacher gives the submission date as 20 days or 15 days, right? So hopefully 80% of the fellows return it before that because she needs time to review it. Yeah? So those kinds of things, timeliness. Similarly, feedback. She has to give feedbacks to the student. So the student feedback, I'm thinking at least, it should be private. It should not be visible to everybody, maybe to the parent, but it should be one-on-one private, wherein he gets positive reinforcements rather than a negative. those kinds of subjective subtle elements we can add in the feedback. Similarly, engagement score, things like activities are there, puzzles are there. If the student is not engaged, means not interested, his submission rate will become very poor actually. Over time, you will see the student, he's receiving all the assignments, he's receiving all the puzzles, maybe he's having fun in all that. But when it comes to submission, it's not reflected. So therefore, all those things can also be added, found out through those.
Feedback is more points or text, or what is the type of feedback?
Right now, what I thought about feedback is that, see, generally I've done a little bit of research with Google Class. I was a little biased, so sorry for that. But basically what I found with Google Class, and they were pretty smart, I thought. But teacher usually has their only 10 or 15 standard feedback. Oh, you've done this well, you've not done this. So those are very, very standard. 10, 15 are very good, right? That's known. What is not known is that there will be one very, very private feedback. Saying that, no, I've seen your assignments, your drawing was poor, your math is poor, something very private. And those are the ones you'll have to type.
Actually,
So assuming that it will be a top-down.
in a student classroom system.
And it will be private.
So student classroom feedback system.
Yes.
But it's moving towards more of a smiley based.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
The words actually leave some impression.
Yes.
Thumbs up, one smiley, two smiley, one frown.
Correct. Frown.
So we should be
Emojis.
more of the emojis rather than point and it's my opinion.
Exactly.
Point or text based feedback.
I have a problem. I don't know most of the emojis.
Motion.
I don't know what are the most of the emojis. Instead of one, I give
And
it.
it is good. It is good that I'll take it as thumbs up all the time.
Okay. It's always thumbs up for Pratibha. You need to put thumbs down.
That's
And
right.
I was a failure child in my 12th standard. It was mathematics which I was nicely failing. And my mathematics tuition teacher, he said he is not a failure. He is the only student in the class who has in exam solved a question using his own way of understanding. Everybody else has done it per textbook. He is the only one.
So out of the box thinking.
Out of the box. He is the one who knows how to do mathematics. Everybody is just reading text.
So I think feedback should be more of a graphical unification rather than text and points based.
Yeah.
So we should move towards that type of
Emoji, yeah. That's, yeah. So,
Of course, something should be numerical, how many lessons are pending and all. But feedback always should be gentle and emojis more, one smile is okay, two smile is better.
even better. Yeah, because today also, I think children, when they see in their books, in red pen, very good. I get the children get, their eyes are sparkling with energy actually. So we have seen those things, right? Even in our time, I'll say, even in my time, teacher would write in red pen, Of course, I've seen recent times too. But yeah. So
In recent times, it
on
is
the other
Vineet
side,
giving,
students like Ramanji was saying a little while back. Some students are.
uh, here I can say in USA, Vineet used to get a stamp on his hands with an emoji like that, thumbs up, smiley, all
Yeah.
that.
That was how many years back?
Yeah, even today I will do it for after coming here also I used to do it for Vineet and Kritik.
No, I
They used
think
to have
when
lot of
you-
fun.
When you are in USA, which year you are in USA? What was the
He
year?
was in second standard at that time.
How many years back? How many years back? 5 years back, 6 years back?
Yeah, 10 years I think
10
almost.
years, 10 years back.
Oh, that time also they included emoji there in the school.
That they will put it on their they'll have a stamp
Star,
and they can ask for different ones. The star, thumbs up, smiley, many
Some
things.
people put on the hands also.
On the hands, they will have sent and the moment he comes back home, he will show, oh, Amma, you see, this is such a good one. And he's so happy the whole day with that.
Good feedback.
That can be easily shown to the parents, yeah.
So the mentor has to be told.
Yeah. Feedback.
This we need not go now, we can do offline. Could you open those, I've sent the HTML files. Maybe if you can open as HTML, the first one and the second one. You'll have to save, I think, no? I don't know how. Otherwise I'll show it on my laptop.
You want to join the call? You join the call.
Just drop it in the browser.
Can you open it in browser?
Yeah, I'll have to download.
Okay.
This is, you have to download the print. Control A, Control C, Control V.
No, just. Okay, student.
Super. I just downloaded it.
Oh, then you opened, okay. So students, I tried to put it like, I mean, it's obviously not me, okay, so don't give me any credit, all fancy card. But basically, whatever I said, no, I just gave it to our friend. And he gave us a little numerical as well as the graphical photo. So to sparkle the discussion, this is what I got.
Super, looks good.
Very nice.
Student, all that parameter that you are seeing, this is a graphical view of it.
How did you
Claude,
Claude.
you just give those 10 points to Claude and you give some fancy English to it. You
Dummy data, it will create and put so
Oh, this
I
is
said, you can assume 88 working days, you can assume 4 subjects, name this, assume Indian names, assume this, assume that. I gave some 100 things there. And then it gave a pretty neat.
So, this is medical data you can do.
No, sir, English. Pure English. Except I put numbers. There are 4 subjects like that. Please assume the following 10 points like that. I can send the.
Yeah. No, if it is student, no, if it is student dashboard, we may want to actually work with children and design it, because for children, does it really connect? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, they may like smaller, few pieces of information, but in a lot more graphical way.
Yeah.
Maybe they need it a lot more comical.
Yeah.
So, right? So, this probably a grown-up may appreciate, but a student, will they appreciate, and what is that we need to speed with the student? We need to go to maybe the next level,
For the student.
right? Yeah.
Children.
Yeah.
So as a child,
They have the right to see it and feel good, but
Yeah.
a student would like to show.
This is for teachers.
yeah, so but see, say, if the teacher has to see this, again, the way we can think is actionability is very important. See, there are immediate actions that I need to take. There are maybe next level of let's say a little more long-term actions I need to take. So if we orient our information system in such a way that it prompts the action, somebody is falling, immediately catch is the first kind of action. It is immediate action. Then you need to take these steps so that this doesn't happen. It's the next level of action. Because the teacher also to derive that action from information is not appropriate. We as a system should already be able to give suggestions, suggestive actions. So our analytics should be guided by actionability.
The students are today.
Yes, student has that.
That pop-up which comes, it says which is your daily activity, that Rajati has not seen, that no. It had the daily action, we had a pop-up which comes. Which says, today's which lesson you are going to do and all that, and you should say your score and all. So you click on that, you'll go to that lesson.
No, that is to prompt the immediate action, right? Like that. Now here, all of this information is derived from your data. But what is the data telling me as a teacher? Okay, let's say I'm a mentor. What am I supposed to do? Do I need to feel good? Do I need to feel bad? Do I need to take some action? So we need to orient our
For
intelligence
action.
around action. Like in an online transaction system, no, like a e-commerce system, it prompts you towards that next step, which is, for example, cart fulfillment could be your immediate action. All the data orients you towards that. Like that, we need to properly organize it differently.
So here I put some of them, see.
Yeah.
Of course, nothing fancy there, but
Yeah.
basically like pending.
Yeah.
In pending, you get some, actions. So I am actually overdue by 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, my draft is submitted, but revision is still needed.
Yeah.
Similarly, 3 questions are not answered.
Yeah.
So some action pointers are there. But basically, basically
Yeah.
a lot of things can be from our orientation.
And less is better. Less is better, because what I have seen in practice is that dashboards.
Too much clear.
Dashboards are the most fanciful items, but the least used. Reason is, but I have my own intuition. So it has to orient to the intuitive way of thinking. As a mentor, when I come into the class, what is the first thing that I'm oriented towards? I will not be interested to look at, assignment submission. Even please don't think that, I'm putting this information down. I have to orient to the mindset of the user.
Yes,
Who is this? Who's going to be consuming this? Yeah.
What actually you take?
Yeah. Right?
Actually, it should also be like, say, like how you said Rama, no? I think in his, in some of his greeting that fellow. See, student should not be intimidated. No, yeah, you can. I don't have to see this. It should be non-intimidated.
Correct.
Hey,
Wow.
welcome. Hey, welcome to your dashboard. You're doing great. Something.
Yeah.
Something we'll have to figure out.
Yeah.
I'm pushing.
So otherwise, the moment I see so much of information,
Verified.
yeah. Actually, this is psychological study. The more information we feed, actually the pain center lights up more. When we have to decide, when I have to decide based on so much of information, more the pain center is lighting up. So psychologically, therefore, the first strategy in UX is less is more. Less is more.
See, the thing is, in analytics of student, the 1,000 things are there.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you don't feed him, you'll
No, this is
back and run away.
This is basically supposed to be given to the student, is it?
This is student. Similarly, I made for the, like you can guess, even for teacher it's there, but this is multiple pages.
Yeah.
See, I'll tell you, for students, how to think about one aspect of analytics, okay?
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita is telling. All these are ideas, so even
Netflix, they encountered that one of their customers is binge watching all the movies. Yeah. And he completed binge watching lot of shows in 7 days. Maybe in 7 days, he was binge watching 20 hours a day. So in 7 days, 140 binge watching. Now, how did Netflix present that data to them? Okay. A customer person reached out. Do you need any help? Are you in a stressful situation in your life? Are you in a stressful situation in your life? Do you need any help?
Excess watching.
Yeah. Do you need any help?
So an inference by natural.
Huh?
Why did it want they want more watching?
No. No, Netflix project is the other way. They are like, we don't care about that, but you are watching so much of our platform, you are obviously not well. No, I mean, that's not how they put it. Yeah, they reached out to customer support, directly reached out to him. They called him. Do you need any help? Are you stuck somewhere? Huh? Objective of Netflix is otherwise okay, Guruji, but if it's hurting them, if it's hurting the customer.
Of course, maybe for 2 to 3 hours, they want the binge watching. The moment they're getting to maybe binge watching is usually some continuously 8-9 hours, and without interruption, right? That is when maybe. But that is actually from a business point of view, it's very good. Yeah. But what they have done is, what I'm hearing is that as a CSR, as a goodwill development.
Out of box.
So analytics, how to use analytics is the point that he is making.
Yeah. Like, I mean, presenting raw data is one thing, but, you know, making it very connected to the student.
That they want data.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Correct. Yes.
So therefore, analytics, we don't have to think of it in the traditional dashboard way. We can think of it as deeply integrated into workflow. See, at the end of the day, when the student starts learning, there is some analytics that will feed him. When the student completes something, what analytics will motivate him to go further? So we can think of point analytics in the workflow, in the context of the workflow, what analytics will feed him. And what will motivate him. As an example, typically like how Pratibha ji said, a smiley snapshot, like that, you know, think of a smiley meter. And the smiley meter goes more towards ecstatic to simply grinning, right? Grinning to ecstatic. Grinning means, oh, you know, I can do better. Ecstatic means, oh, you're doing so well. So this meter goes embedded in the context of learning. So analytics has to feed those behaviors. Yeah.
Yes, I'm getting you.
Yeah.
So of course, I just put a.
No, this is actually the point for discussion.
Ah.
I mean, even the first version was the point for discussion.
Yeah, exactly. And so just scroll up a bit, just see what else is there in students. So he gets to see how he is doing, like on a, overall, because let's say in the midway, he gets to see how he is doing, like week 1 to week 6, how he has done, some charts.
Yeah.
So some of them are interesting. Then peers.
And see, one more, purely culturally, the thought process is to see how we encourage them, right? So now, the peer comparison already pushes us into, oh, am I better?
Stress,
Am I worse,
yeah,
right?
stress.
So, this is excellent for discussion, definitely. But let's
You have to distill the positive elements out of that to action.
Yeah. So we need to think of 3 or 4 metrics that will really drive that positive outcome for the student. 3 or 4 that will bring out the positive for mentor. What is that? We can research a little further. And for that, we need to see them in action. We need to feel their, what motivates them.
Yeah, I think it's a good approach. Let's have only 3 or 4 things to, so that all of us will work to give maximum intelligence to that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like a big ocean that we are trying to solve, right?
Yeah, so in our businesses, this is what happens. There's a deluge of analytics, and action is stalled. Why? Because
Don't know where to go. I know. When you look at things, you
Very,
don't
very nice for boardroom.
Yeah.
Boring.
One example in our system is that, for example, student has some, trouble progressing. Are you doing enough pranayama and yoga?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
See, that's a very interesting way of presenting analytics.
yeah,
We don't have to. You are 40, on an average, you take 20% of time more. It's not actionable. Actionability is important for us. Actionability. Outcome, which is, am I learning better? Am I improving better? Am I smiling? Am I answering critical questions? Compared to this, last week, this week, you have done such wonderful critical thinking analysis. Excellent. If you keep going like this, one day you'll be Einstein. If a message like that comes, like how his math teacher told you.
oh, yeah.
So this is one, the
Yeah.
student one.
Yeah.
Just if you don't mind, just scroll to the other
The
one.
other one also you sent student only. See?
No, the other one is also students.
Both are student only. Yeah.
नीचे है ना?
But it's a
Teacher.
no. It is teaching nahi bol raha hai. Student analytics dashboard.
Yes, correct. Need to plug into that one. Is there a adapter for that?
Yeah.
The laptops
Yeah.
are not changing fast.
Now the problem is online folks may not see this.
If you need this.
Yeah. No, that's okay. I can use this. I'm comfortable. Yeah. Yes, G.
Teachers, from teacher angle, it gives some broad brush.
Yeah.
How many students are there, what is completion rate, so on, subjects, some percentage is there. What is the backlog, the names, timeliness.
Again, the same thing.
Yeah. the
As a teacher,
actionability.
actionability.
Actionability,
Yeah.
and then the risk one,
Yeah.
at risk, who are the fellows need attention immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the things that we could.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can definitely have a dashboard, but our primary approach, G, will be to integrate into workflow. Analytics has to be available in the context of the workflow, where it is needed, in what quantity it is needed, so that it can drive that behavior outcome. As an example, Amazon uses the car purchase history information to drive what I should show, what incentive I should put. Many of the e-commerce, they give different varying rates of rebate depending upon whether it will create a buying behavior or not. So analytics has to inform such workflows.
Like recommend.
Like that.
Like recommend.
Correct.
Basically, analytics should inspire. Actually, there's a key.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The doctor says if you have 50%
We may not even make it to the bus stop.
On a scale of 10, this hemoglobin is 6. Is it good? Bad? Am I at risk?
You should be 8.
You're already 6.
Why you're gone?
You're not.
Look at that fellow, he's already 10.
Ah.
You're only 8.
Ah.
We're all. Comparative is
What happened?
No, I'm telling Guruji, when the first statement was given, indirectly, my technology is the unchanging, I change it, but so, and he showed a very good, what should I say, diagrams to represent how the core can be. You have to show Guruji how one delivers to the customer. Please show, it's very good.
Yeah. So, but this is excellent beginning, in terms of architecture. G. Yeah.
Every month I get a new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now what I do, I feed it annually.
Yeah.
Please advise me about my health.
Yeah.
Clear on it, they won't tell.
Yeah.
So 1% very more, and 2% creates 1% says you look at kidney more closely.
Yeah.
That's not make out. The data is so much.
Yeah.
Finally, what I make out of the data is important. Good idea. And what I do, I feed my current report with the past report and the past reports. I tell you, unless all these reports and say, I have made progress or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
All data is correct and give you summary.
Yeah. Yeah. So these that's an excellent feedback, which is these are your building blocks for the actionability. These are important.
Exactly.
But on top of this, what you infer is where we need to now focus our energy.
Why?
Yes.
If you one level down.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's one level.
And the way we need to start communicating is actionability, and then these are the ones which are informing that action.
Data feed actionability.
Yeah.
Both are required.
Yeah.
But why you want to feed actionability?
Yeah.
Why I want to go to data?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Both are required.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want actionability.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, any other feedback?
And then after that,
That you guys are.
after that, we can go into the architecture
Yeah,
discussion.
I didn't want to.
So
First requirements.
yeah, let's be clear about the vision of the intelligence. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actionability is the key
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Actionable outcome.
In this view, we have to show the motive
Yeah,
and mentors.
yeah,
And we have to give you written another.
yeah,
What end user get,
yeah,
then you have to freeze.
yeah. So Prabhuji, there are two ways in which we can use an intelligence, Prabhuji. One is like this, imagine a report card. A report card can be made more action oriented and some data. That is one viewpoint of the intelligence data. The other most important usage of the intelligence data will be during the workflow, during the learning, during the mentoring, how it enables is another viewpoint. So we need to see it from both these viewpoints.
So, you're speaking of two viewpoints.
Yeah.
Process oriented viewpoint.
Yeah.
And end user oriented viewpoint.
Yes.
I'm speaking of those two.
Report card is more of a report.
End user.
A report. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Process report.
Not only process guidance.
Process guidance.
Yeah.
Okay. So process guidance should be useful.
Yeah.
For correcting the process.
Yeah.
And improving the process.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This process data.
Correct.
So typically that process data in a real environment will go to root cause analysis, RCA.
Yeah, absolutely.
RCA is actionable.
Is also actionable.
So,
Correct.
What you do, sir? The process, there are two things we are speaking of. One is process improvement and end result. Okay, end result marks card are equal or grade.
Yeah.
It's like at the evaluation point, evaluation point 1, evaluation point 2, end result is here. The two data is progress, process improvement data and end result feedback. So process improvement data, typically you imagine a process. In the process improvement data, they look at the process, analyze the deviation, and then go to root cause analysis. And the root cause analysis will tell you exactly what is actionable. So the process data has to be converted into a fishbone diagram to go to the root cause analysis. So where process improvement is required. This is exactly for an industrial process improvement problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can look at Kaizen. Kaizen is a methodology.
Kaizen, yeah.
So we should implement Kaizen in our process improvement. Kaizen system. May not be exactly.
Yeah.
But Kaizen is it's actually called continuous improvement process.
As an example, today we are highly perception driven in terms of whether the content organization is good or not. Okay. We are looking at the student, and if the student says that it is good, we are saying, oh, it's good. But can there be underlying, let's say, some kind of an analysis which is informed by data? As an example, they may be giving good just because they see colorful images, but critical thinking may not have been triggered. So in that respect, this content may be a very bad content. I'm just giving an example, right? So therefore, we need to look in terms of how can we inform our content, how can we inform our mentor? Maybe the mentor, the way they are giving the feedback is causing distress. How can I detect that? Maybe by the answer the student is giving, I can detect some emotional turbulences, and I can actually see whether there can be some kind of a RCA that is triggered. So in the context of the learning, because it's a daily engagement that the student is going to have with our system and with the mentors, and the teachers are also going to be there, parents are also going to be there. So how can we enable these four to guide the learning outcome?
So I would say a formal process for this is Kaizen.
Yeah.
Kaizen is the process. I don't know the Kaizen.
Yeah. Concept awareness is there. Yeah.
Kaizen is a continuous improvement process.
Yeah.
Which could be at each point process derivative.
Yeah.
Analyze the root cause.
Yeah.
And which parameters you improve, what action you take,
Yeah.
the process gets improved.
Yeah.
And process improvement of second C.
Yeah.
How it has improved by
Yeah.
everybody's
Yeah. So some such model which is informed by data.
So we should go for some sort of formal model so that we mapping will not put a gap there. Okay. Kaizen is what we can look at. We cannot implement all the aspects of Kaizen.
Right.
But Kaizen is a Japanese method of continuous improvement. Actually, this is what I had, when I made my PPT, earlier.
Yeah.
Vision 50.
Yeah.
I said Kaizen will be implementing our process.
Absolutely.
So Kaizen is the methodology which should go. We may not call it as Kaizen. Okay. We can call it our own name.
Yeah.
Principles have to be.
You give a name, no, sir. Give a name.
You are the father.
You are the father of that.
Correct. Father of intelligence. We can come up with a name, yes, some brand name we should.
Yeah. So that's the brand name. It's our own methodology. It is very core to the whole system.
Yeah. Yeah. Dashboards are equivalent of report cards, which are important as a snapshot. But how does it inform the actionability for that end user is one thing. Then the process improvement methodology that is integrated, deeply integrated into the different nooks and corners of the system. How does student mate operate? How does teach mate operate? How does the mentor mate operate? What do our solution team receive as a feedback? Will be our next step. But primarily our focus is students, mentors, teachers, and parents. Yeah, these four primary constituents, and then expand.
Workflow. Basically,
Yeah.
inside the workflow,
Yeah.
can we plug in any elements?
Yeah, yeah,
So that will contribute to the building of the intelligence.
yeah, yeah,
And actionability, of course.
Yeah.
after that.
yeah.
2:00.
Perfectly.
2:00. Bug fixing she showed. Ramiji,
Yeah.
very interesting book. Very interesting.
Annapurneshwari.
Yeah.
If all of us are employed, it is only because of the QA people. Without.
Thank you, sir.
So these two are the Annapurneshwaris. She brings the bugs from the end users, main pain. She finds the bugs in the software. So these two are our Annapurneshwaris.
But we are not
No, this is a vegetarian bug.
Ah, is it?
I'm so hungry.
Okay, so shall we end then?
Is
Close it up.
we are from anything else? Anybody?
Yeah. Can't be the traditional.
Anything else?
So I guess this is what.
Anything else? Anupamaji? Anything else?
Was it a good, ranking? Was it a good start? Because we both are
This is how we can.
Okay, please tell me, just be blunt. Okay, I was just trying to play quite a bit to come with this point.
So you are now distinct to 10. Now it's a matter of distinguishing it.
3.
Yes,
4.
we can discuss.
And then next where's the process?
In the flow.
In the flow, where can I integrate? So think of flow analytics, which enables the workflow. Think of these snapshot analytics, report analytics.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. Shall we online folks, Pratibha ji, Rajita ji, Tushar ji, do you have any other questions or points?
No, sir, no. No queries.
Rajita ji?
Oh, yes. See,
Are you there?
send you this code as well.
Yes, Vijayji.
Anything else?
Yes, yes.
Nothing, Vijayji. I joined late actually.
No
But,
problem. No problem. So
sorry.
then we'll end with prayer. We'll end with the prayer.
Actually, I thought that lady, Yukta ji, she would give a little pointed presentation, but we were so busy. I said, I did not disturb.
In terms of the Gurukula work, what you are doing now is more important.
That is different. Right?
That one, is more academic work.
Okay, good. I didn't want to.
Yeah. What you have presented today has enabled this discussion, basically.